Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Upsurge Esports, where today we've got Team World Class Orange and Figure8 Esports duking it out to see who'll be the Upsurge Junior League champions. My name is Tanner Metro, and today I am joined by my color caster. He's flipping the script here a little bit. Mikey, and Mikey, how are you doing today, my man?
Oh, I am peachy. Definitely not recovering from pneumonia currently. Definitely not running a fever, and definitely ready to cast.
That's exactly what we like to hear. And before we jump into all the action, we wanted to reach out to everybody who may be watching the stream today and let you guys know that you don't just have to be spectator. You can join us here at Upsurge. Grab your team, grab your comrades, bring them on over. You've got until May 4th to sign up. That's for the Upsurge Contenders League, the Upsurge Minor League, and the Upsurge Junior League. As you can see on screen, that is actually the Premier League there with the 16 teams. So that is the top dog. And now we jump over. This is what I was just speaking about. 32 teams available for each of these leagues. You can see the prize pool there. You can see the divisions. Guys, there's so much room for you. So please, please, please don't miss out on the signups. May 4th for the Contenders League, the Minors League, and the Juniors League. And then you have until May 1st for the Upsurge Premier League. So make sure you get in on that. That's the big boy prize pool as well. Grand Masters Plus for the ranking there. But today, we've got the Upsurge Junior League. Again, like I said in the intro, Team World Class Orange, Figure8 Esports, undefeated teams coming out of their brackets and then blasting their way through playoffs, making it all the way here to the finals. Mikey, how are you feeling about this matchup?
Well, as somebody that's kind of been following this UJL playoffs and has casted a couple of the different series, World Class Orange is looking like my favorites right now. I have not seen the Figure 8, but it looks like we're moving right into draft.
Right into draft as the picks and bans coming through. The jungle going to be targeted heavily, and Mordekaiser Vladimir taking off. So top lane jungle, immediate targets for the bans.
Yeah, and Trundle's something that's really impressive. It looks like they're probably going to be posturing around something like an Ornn in the top lane, because they're banning things that are just ridiculously good into Ornn. So we'll see if World Class Orange adapts to that and is like, oh, I think I want to ban the Ornn. But it looks like to me that that's just literally a setup for an Ornn pick, and they ban the set.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah, the set taken away as well. And
there it is.
I mean, you called it. That was on the head. Couldn't have been more perfect. Almost one of those things where maybe you should just ban the Ornn. If you see this kind of ban phase coming through, and Ornn recently receiving nerfs, I mean, it really doesn't matter though. If you get a scaling composition for this Ornn behind him, then he just becomes unkillable. He's buffing your team, giving so much extra gold throughout. We'll have to see if the misfortune pickup from Team World Class, can really.
Ooh, the Braum to counter the Ornn. That's a smart pick. Braum also a super solid pick into Misfortune. So definitely something to take away from the other side if they're going to pick up the MF. Decent amount of synergy with the ultis as well. So definitely a good pick there.
Yeah, that bottom lane's so strong just as a whole. And then you also have a little bit of mitigation into the Ornn. The Morgana gonna be locked in though. So I mean, we just got it's like they pick Ornn and then they right across from them, they try and pick a counter pick. You take the Braum, you have the shield, stop the ult, and then immediately bouncing back, grab the Morgana, gonna have that black shield to possibly
Ooh,
mitigate a lot of
Veigar.
that the synergy down there.
Ooh. Now that is a flex. Veigar can go bot. Veigar can go mid.
Mhm.
Not really sure how the matchup goes. MF Braum versus Morgana Veigar. It seems really weak on the side of Morgana Veigar. They actually locked in Kindred. They are wild. Trick is ready to roll right now.
That is such an interesting pick because you see the Veigar and you drop your Kindred ult, sure, you're keeping everybody alive, but then immediately, whether that be mid or bot lane, Veigar, he's just going to drop the ult on top of you. So a little bit of a desync is Senna going to be taken away here. Now, I would imagine we start to see from Team World Class, the AD carry pool probably being targeted here. You're assuming that you see mid laner support, and then there's still top lane, mid lane available for World Class. So yeah, Figure8 just going to target right towards the mid lane pool here.
It's a little interesting because when you lock in something like Veigar, that's meant to be this like kind of zoning control magey pick, into something like MF Braum where they're trying to just face roll your whole team. It's strange that they're gonna ban out something like a Nivea. Maybe World Class Orange has some Anivia experience, but Anivia is not something that I would consider a Vagar counter. Um, so I don't know if that Vagar is going bot or if that Vagar is going mid. It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this plays out, but I expect some sort of assassin ban here.
I would assume so to try and mitigate, the damage coming out from the Vagar. It's gonna be the Syndra. So assassin-ish. I mean, she's got
Burst mage,
crazy, yeah, burst just as a whole. Just being able to press R on you. So not this game. The Vagar will be nice and safe. And I mean, it's kind of the same champion as the Vagar. Vagar scales up, and then all he really has to do is push R on you. As we may see a Gangplank lock in, which would be a really solid pick into this team because remove
Yes.
Scurvy helps, I mean, just tremendously.
Absolutely. When you have a team that has that much lockdown, where you have a Morgana root, where you have the Dark Binding, you have the Event Horizon, there's a whole lot of things that can just lock down a Gangplank in a team fight. It's going to be interesting to see how they layer that out, and when he elects to use remove skirt. Wow, that's an Italy pick. That's an Italy pick in competitive in the finals.
Yeah, and it's not something that I saw. We were kind of talking before the broadcast about Era, having games where he does just completely smurf on kids. And Nidalee's one of those champions that can do that. You get a few items or even just finish like your jungle item or some extra ability power. Your burst on top of the rest of the team going to be huge. And yeah, just as you said, Tristana locked in. So it is going to be Vagar in the mid lane. We'll have to see what World Class decide. They've got the counter pick here. We'll have to see who is strong.
I'm not sure if they want an assassin into that comp. They just have so much like ability to get away and to lock down something like an assassin. Yeah, Orianna's probably a safe bet.
Yeah, did just receive some buffs. The movement speed on her W, the dissonance, puts a little movement speed buff on the ground if you guys didn't know. And the ability power ratio bumped up a little bit on her shield, on her protect. So not a bad way to round out the draft. The ball delivery is going to be interesting, though. They don't really have too much of that, so we'll have to see how Chris Meister can play with the ball here, the Orianna Orb. They have nice scaling as a team, and then huge wombo combo into a very strong, like, bursty engage comp. So this is going to be, I mean, we talked about it. It's going to be a bloody game for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm not super sold on either of these drafts from just looking at them right now. I don't really like the Nidalee pick. I don't see how it fits into what they're trying to do as a comp. But if that Nidalee gets ahead, it's going to be super difficult for World Class Orange to deal with it because they really don't have a front line outside of Braum. And that Braum is going to have to sit on Misfortune for the entirety of this game and not be an engage tool. And if that's the case, then Orianna has absolutely no way of getting her ball in apart from just throwing her ball in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be the proficiency on that champion is going to be the strongest thing moving into this game. Because like you said, no real ball delivery. And I mean, the Figure8 Esports, they have so many ways to kind of reach out and touch that back line. The Misfortune that wants to sit back, drop the ultimate. They've got the Ornhorn going in, Nidalee, using her pounce to get back to her. And then Tristana, if it's a Wild Turtle-esque player, could, just jump straight in onto the Misfortune, use that Buster shot to kind of knock her away. So Braum's major job here is going to be to keep her safe, and I'm a huge Kindred player, so keeping 180 carry safe is nice, and Kindred can do that. But if your Kindred gets behind, it's a very poor matchup in Nidalee because Nidalee's so bursty. But Kindred is just basically a caster minion. We've seen games where Kindred will get one mark throughout the game, and your auto attack range is laughable. You walk up and you're gonna be in range to get primordial bursted by Vagar. So yeah, the drafts, I mean, it's really a coin flip here. It's going to come down to, I think, the Orianna play and the scaling on the Gangplank, and then, if they can survive the burst from Figure8 Esports.
Yeah, one of the issues that I have with the Kindred pick is I don't really see any, they're not going to have top lane priority with the Gangplank unless he's playing, unnecessarily aggressive. They're not going to really have priority with Orianna unless Orianna is just power shoving in. And if that's the case, then Orianna's going to get ganked repeatedly by this Nidalee. I just don't see means for that Kindred to get marks in the enemy jungle based on what their comp is looking at right now. Obviously, their bot lane is going to be the strong point of their team, and that's what they're going to have to play around. But if marks are spawning topside, they're going to have absolutely like no way of getting those marks, especially top scuttle early, unless they win that coin flip to where it spawns on the bot side. They're probably not going to get that first mark.
Yeah, that 50-50 is, I mean, it is just that. It's so hard to not only pick out where it's going to go because it spawns on either the top or the bottom scuttle crab, but then, you know, you're at a weird spot. Whereas if you're at one scuttle crab, do you just leave it and go to the next one? Or are you just going to pick up that scuttle crab because you don't want to get double crabbed? You want the gold, the experience, and then the vision for your team. And you're just going to sacrifice that next mark until the crabs spawn again. Right. So it's always something that I wonder, because I've never played League of Legends at a competitive level, and I play a lot of Kindred. And in solo queue, it's difficult because you don't get a lot of help on your marks. And so sometimes you'll run into, you know, not getting help and the enemy team is just all over them. Well, when you're in competitive play, you would expect your team to help, but you're also going to expect the enemy team to try and mitigate those marks. I know if I'm playing against a Kindred and I'm on the top side, I will tell, you know, my bot lane, hey, just take that mark. Take my Gromp, take my Wolves, whatever it is, just to deny the mark. So I've never really understood how the Kindred is played in a competitive level. I think a lot of it should come down to playing around the lanes and marking the champions, but then even then it's one of those things where it all comes down to timing, and then obviously you have to have winning lanes to do that as well.
And that's probably like the biggest issue I have with their comp currently. Is like I was saying, having priority apart from Orianna early in mid and Misfortune Braum if they're able to push out a Tristana out of lane. Like it's gonna be really hard for Kindred. But both of these junglers are super snowbally. Mm-hmm. So if one of them gets a lead, like say Kindred gets an early double kill bot lane and gets one of the marks from the champions, right? That Kindred is then able to take that lead and spread it all over the map. Right? Kindred can be a very oppressive pick if ahead. But on the contrary, if that same thing happens to the Nidalee, then Nidalee is going to murder Kindred repeatedly in her jungle, and there's nothing her team can do about it.
Yeah, and then you're stuck at that, you know, that stigma with the jungler who's now two levels down and is forced to continue to farm the jungle until they can catch back up. And at that point now you're hoping that this Nidalee doesn't start playing aggressive. I think one of the biggest things, I mean, for the jungle matchup, but the team in general that I'm going to be paying attention to is the vision. I've seen so many games where teams are winning games, but because they've got no vision, they just slowly start to bleed out and start to throw away their leads with, you know, picks or with plays that they could have made on characters or players that are solo, but they don't have vision on the rest of the team. And had they had, you know, a few wards in the jungle, then you would know that the rest of the team isn't surrounding this person and you can go for that pick. So not only to help your jungler in that Kindred to kind of play around the marks, but just for your team in general, it's going to be huge for you know, these junior league teams to have such high vision scores and also working together to get that done, so you're not getting picked when you're trying to ward to find a pick.
Yeah, and that's a good point to make. One of the things that's going to be imperative for World Class Orange is going to be these pink wards, right? Having vision control of these pixel bushes and of entrances to their jungle, because if Nidalee's able to invade on this Kindred has no tools to defend against a Nidalee just running at her. And if you don't have the prio in the lanes and you don't have vision of this Nidalee invading, then it's going to be really oppressive. And I think that's the whole point of this Nidalee pick here, and that's why it makes a little bit of sense. But at the same time, Nidalee is so reliant on the snowball. It's just both of these drafts I'm not a huge fan of. I'm going to say that for the record. But if I had to give the edge to anybody based on draft alone, I'm probably going to give it to Figure8 just for the late game scaling.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the hardest things to do. I also agree that Figure8s probably have or probably has the leg up in the draft here, just because it's almost like a fail-safe draft where, if you start to lose early, as long as you can stop the bleeding, which I mean, you said before the broadcast, we've seen some of these games go for 40 plus minutes and 90 plus kills, and if you're able to do that, then you just win by default. I think that's one of the things that was kind of jumping around in the pro scene as well. When pros, they're still trying to find their identity as a team. Nobody wanted to pick the scaling team because you want to learn how to play the game. And when you have a scaling team, eventually you just win. And that seems exactly like what's going to happen here. You've got the tanky Ornn, the Vigar, who could have one item, but 40 minutes into the game be stacked up on his Q passive with the extra ability power, and then the snowball from Tristana or Nidalee, and then Tristana to run it in late. So it's imperative that world class Esports, Team World Class Orange rather, get ahead early, stay ahead, and then continue to force their lead.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game to say the least. But like I said, if I'm gonna give the edge on draft to anybody, it's going to be Figure8, but we'll see how the game plays out. We'll see what happens with the snowbally junglers, and I look forward to it.
I am looking forward to it as well. We have the drafts all laid out in front of you there, guys. We're going to jump to a quick sponsor commercial here from Sector 6 that are keeping us running here at Upsurge Esports, and then a short intermission. But when we come back, we'll have game number 1 between Figure8 Esports and Team World Class Orange.
Started with a vision. A vision of quality, a vision of uniformity.
We took the time to create something familiar yet refreshing, something with a bit of change.
Designed to fit any brand's unique vision.
tell me when you want to be in time. There's a million different places and a million different heights. I'll climb the tallest of the mountains, the highest place I find, so that I can look over before me what is mine. Can you say that I disappeared? Can you say that I wasn't there for you when you went into hiding on the front steps of your porch? Then I reflected on the memories, but I put out that torch. But I put out that torch. But I put out that torch. Oh, why can't you see it was all because of me? And all I want is to be free, and finally I can be free. Can you say that I disappeared? Can you say that I wasn't there for you? Can you say that? That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here on a Summoner's Rift. We've got a finals game in the UJL with Figure8 Esports going toe-to-toe with Team World Class Orange. Again, my name is Tanner Metro. I am joined by Mikey. We talked about the draft, and now we get to see it played out. And Mikey, what are you expecting here from both of these teams?
Well, I'm expecting the Kindred to be playing around the bot side and praying that the Scuttle Crab spawns on the bot side and not top side.
Mhm.
And I'm expecting Nidalee to be looking for early invades. Like I said before, when you have lanes that have kind of automatic priority, like a Tristana that's going to be shoving in because of her bust or because of her explosive shot,
Mhm.
it's just a kind of, oh, okay, we have free prio bot lane, so let me just invade that side. So it's going to be interesting. There's definitely going to be some jungle skirmishes happening early. So that's something to look out for sure.
Absolutely. The jungle matchup is one that we harped on heavily because, you know, when you just look at the team composition as a whole, it's difficult when it'll immediately become a 4v5 if this Kindred gets behind. So we see both of these junglers here starting at their red buffs. Kindred gonna ask for a leash here from Fresh Burger. Shouldn't put the game plan too far behind, but I think just like you said, Trick looking to make his way down to that bottom side and play on that side and pray for that 50-50 on the Scuttle Crab down there.
Exactly. Because like I said, the only time this MF is going to have the prio is going to be levels 1 through 3. Once Tristana gets level 4 and once this Morgana gets level 4 as well, they're going to have a lot more pressure in this lane. And it's going to be a lot more difficult for them to shove them in like they are currently.
Yeah, I will say if they do find some way to get Trick into this lane, the passive plus the Mounting Dread from the Kindred, or the passive from Braum rather, and the Mounting Dread from Kindred is so much damage. It's an unexpected amount of damage. So we'll have to see if they're able to do that.
Here comes Nidalee.
Era, yeah, makes his way up to the top side, doesn't find anything but a bit of pressure there.
Yeah, and that's, you know, that's just playing top, you know, bot to top. It's a pretty standard path. You just kind of go buff and then try to gank. It's kind of like just Nidalee things, you know. But it looks like Nid's looking mid as well.
Yeah, both junglers hovering around that mid lane. Trick maybe wants to pick up the chickens. It actually looks like Flame and Thunder, though, getting the better half of that trade against Fresh Burger. He'll be nice and safe,
fair
though.
and balanced champion.
Yeah, yes. Ornn is very fair and very balanced, even after the nerfs.
Yeah, it's just so hard to win a trade against an Ornn with Grasp. It's just, like, until you have like half of an item, he's just so oppressive in lane.
Ooh, the passive coming down. Free Slim does manage to get away, and Trick actually picks up the first mark there, and we might see a skirmish early here in the river. Era should just be able to pounce over the wall nice and safe. Tosses out a spear, but Vikrov going to tank that one up for his mid laner, and everybody going to get away from that one, but the objective won by Trick. First mark on the Kindred.
Yeah, and won the coin flip. So really lucky on his part to get that buff spawning on the bot side. That's really good for them. So he's got 1 mark so far.
Ooh, but he might go down here, trying to fight for the next one. It is going to be a 2v1. He's forced to flash away. He's got the damage, but it's not enough. First blood to Kakari there. Flashes forward, has the extra damage, and Figure8 Esports on the board first.
And that's super, super good to get a kill to your late game carry this early in the game. Obviously, Trick would have liked to gotten out with his life, but alas, it is not enough for him to flash out. Too many summoner spells, too many gap closers for him to safely get away there.
And a lot of the times when you look at that play, you would say, well, I died, but I've got the mid laner's flash. But then you remember that the mid laner is Veigar, and he just throws down his event horizon and almost immediately stops Kindred in her tracks, though. So Trick is going to be having a hard time punishing that the flashless Veigar there, who I'm assuming has blue buff, maybe? After the skirmish there, I think Kindred may have still had it, which...
Yeah, he does.
On your late game carry, I mean, you already said it, the kill, now the blue buff. During our break, we kind of spoke about Kakari and how he possibly could win this mid lane on the Veigar pick here, and he's already showing up.
Yeah, and it's one of the things that I was illustrating, you know, during the break. I was like, you know, this Kakari guy, arguably one of the best mid laners in this entire league, is going to be the player to watch out for. And now that he's got an early carry on this Veigar, it's looking like I was right once again. So, you know,
Yeah.
not that big of a deal, but I'm usually right. So
NBDA, hey, that's the color caster's job right there, is to be right. And you're nailing it on the head, as we might see some action down on the bottom side. It is warded, though, so Trick has been spotted out. Chrismeister, though, has to be careful. Takes a bit of poke damage underneath the turret, but is safe, as that Veigar took his leave after that first kill, so he's not level 6 just yet. Infernal Dragon has blessed us with its presence, so we'll have to see which of the teams here is focusing towards that objective.
now we know Shockwave is going to be imperative for Chrismeister to hold for this dragon fight. But if Chrismeister finds an opening in this mid lane with Trick there, and is able to drop that Shockwave onto the Veigar and they can get a kill onto him, it's going to be really good for the Orianna, but it's going to be really bad for the team as a whole. So we have to see how greedy they get with that, because obviously you want that Shockwave for the dragon fight. You want to fight for dragon as early as possible. So like now that your AD carry just reset, your support is resetting, you want to look towards that bot side, you want to look towards that dragon, and try and get it as long as your Orianna has this ult up.
Yeah, and early in this game, you can argue that Deathly has the better champion to have these fights. Sure, the Buster shot is nice from the Tristana, but it's really her auto attacks and the explosive charge that get the damage. And now Kakari caught out. Nilly jumps to the wall. There's the Shockwave on herself. Cannon barrage down as well. They're trying to pick up the kill here, and they do
Down
get
it
it.
goes.
Freshberg going to find that one. Flash over the wall from Era to get to safety. So a 1-for-0 as Team World Class Orange finally strike back. And now with the mid laner dead, the threat, I mean, we could see the dragon.
The problem with going for dragon right now, Chrismeister is completely out of mana, and Veigar has TP, so as well as Ornn having TP, so it would be a little risky at this stage of the game to go for it. I think what they want to do now is they want to wait until their bot lane is level 6 and then try and pressure for it.
Yep, it was still a level 5 Misfortune. She just dinged 6, but they're still waiting on the Braum. As I mean, it looks like Team World Class, their bottom lane's actually getting the better half of the trades here. You know, they're pushing the Tristana Morgana underneath the turret, which is unexpected, but could also be Fruity Friday and Free Slim maybe just playing a little bit safe because they know the power in the Misfortune Braum
Right,
duo.
right. And another thing is, you don't know how comfortable Free Slim is on this Morgana. obviously, the more comfortable you are on a support, the more aggro you can play the lane because you know the matchup better. So we don't know if this is a pick that FreeSlim likes to take out against Braum, or whether it's a pick that FreeSlim is just like, oh, I'm forced onto this pick because it's good against Braum. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely, yeah. It could just be the complete counter pick as Era, though. They are going to spot out Vikrov. He's sitting on a ward. He does get binded up as well. Do they have the damage? There's a jump in, but the bullet time comes down. It's not going to be enough as Vikrov will fall. And now Fruity Friday still alive, but Deathly and Era going toe-to-toe. The flash away keeps the 80 carry safe for now, but Braum deleted.
Trick is waiting in the wings for a dive here.
And low health bars on the bot lane there. It does look like Fruity Friday at the very least is going to head back to base. Nope, they are going to stay, maybe try and cop a couple of plates. They might have spotted Trick in the river there, so they know they're safe. They can just stay and try and get some free gold here.
Yeah, and it's a pretty good call. It looks like they're going to elect to go for a dragon after getting a couple of plates here. It's going to be a little risky because you have Freshburger's TP. Freshburger's ult is coming up soon.
Oh, a nice flash.
Vikrov flash.
Wow, a nice flash. The Black Shield a little too late, as now it looks like the top laners probably won't be able to get into this fight either. Low on HP. The
There's
bolt
another
still
free
on
mark.
cooldown. Yep, another free mark for Kindred. So doing a good job stacking is one of those things. Oh, may not be free
Oh,
here.
might have to burn smite.
Does smite it away. The bolt, or the cannon barrage comes down, and Vikrov not able to find the stun on Fruity Friday. The jump away will keep the Tristana safe for now, and everybody just going to disengage from the Dragon Pit. Again, there's the skirmish around the Dragon Pit so huge, but we see it started up. Figure8 or world class.
They get it for free. Their bot lane's resetting.
Braum stuck around. Era in the area as well. Smite not available, you know, and as the enemy jungler, okay, so they are just going to back off as they spot the Nidalee coming through. As the enemy jungler, you don't know, is it, you know, is his smite on a 15-second cooldown, or is it on this longer 40, 50-second cooldown?
Shield.
As that one is going to go over to Team World Class Orange. They strike first in objectives, but they're down 1,000 gold. And now Flame and Thunder's got to be a bit careful up on the top side.
Freshburger knew, but I think it with that barrel and with auto and one more Q, I think he had kill. I think he had lethal. I don't think he knew that, so he burned the passive on the minion.
And I mean, Flame and Thunder, you're tanky, but yeah, I would give the Gangplank a little bit of credit, especially as we get later into this game. The scaling, you know, in damage at the very least, heavily in favor of that Gangplank over the Ornn. Now he is going to have a very tanky counterpart, but if he's able to chain some of those barrels on some of these squishy key targets, it could be the Freshburger show for sure.
Yeah, and if Freshburger is able to get these clutch ultimates in skirmishes and in team fights where he's splitting, it's even better because you have all that global pressure. Ornn has to be there to drop his ult down, so he can kind of be in a team fight without actually being in a team fight. So that's why I love Gangplank in competitive. He's so much pressure all the time.
Yeah, and if your team loses the fight, you don't completely lose, you know, for nothing. If the Gangplank stays on the top side, you can try and look for a turret, but they're looking for the gank here, a 2v1. Freshburger flashes, but the knockup comes through, and now Trick trying to turn it around. He is going to be the same level as Era here, so it should be a fair fight until Kakari shows up on the top side. Kakari trying to find the stun, doesn't get it there, but the flash blown from Trick, a huge tool down, and unfortunately Chris Miser not able to make his way to that top lane.
Yeah, it's pretty unlucky timing there for Trick and Freshburger. They were looking for a counter gank, but Trick just a little too late, not able to get onto it.
Bullet time is down. Fruity Friday trying to stay safe. May not have that jump available for another few seconds. Flash and heal are down as well, but the auto attack will do it as Deathly picks it up. The 80 carry now 1-0 and 0 with a nice CS lead on the Misfortune, shoving down that bottom lane.
Yeah, and Death Holy has been one of the most consistent players on this roster. Obviously, they've had different supports around him in previous games, and he's consistently performed. So they're gonna want to play around a player like that, and now that he's got even more of a lead, Deathly is now 300 something gold up now that he has that kill. Yeah, like 320 ish. Now that he has a lead. It's pretty good for him.
And he's gonna have that extra damage, you know, the Essence Reaver over the Storm Razor, so a little less attack speed. I'm not a crazy huge fan of the attack speed on Tristana because she has it built into her kit, but I mean either way, the lead in favor of Deathly, and that's exactly where you want it. You want it on this Misfortune. You want the Misfortune to get kills when she uses that bullet time, and she should be able to do just that. As Fruity Friday pressuring the turret, plates have fallen. The ultimate actually coming out though, Free Slim trying to get it done, but a little bit of miscommunication. They don't know where Braum is at quite yet, and Deathly able to just walk away, keeping both of his summoner spells.
I don't like, look, I'm not one to talk about itemization too much, especially, you know, in a game like this where, you know, I'm not playing and I don't know, but I have a huge problem with going Storm Razor first, just in general.
Why is that?
Storm Razor is more of an item that amplifies something like a Static Shiv or a Rapid Fire Cannon.
Free Slim, the flash and the heal blown from the support and the AD carry, as the bullet time with that Essence Reaver just so strong. But Era in the mid lane are down here as well. Kakari trying to turn this one around. And I mean, Chrismiser just not able to answer the roams. Fortunately, you know, they don't get anything off this. A flash forward, though, definitely picks that one up. No flash on the Morgana means she will fall as the assist goes over to Vikrov. And Vigar, I mean, he roamed down and missed a giant wave in the mid lane for that.
Yep, just it's really unlucky, these roams that are coming out from Kakari, where he's just a tad bit too late on the commitment, where he's missing out on waves mid. He's missing out on XP, and now he's about a level and a half down in XP.
Yeah, Era maybe looking for the steal, jumps in, does not secure the dragon, and may pay for it with his life. He goes down, the kill to Deathly. 3-0-0 on the Misfortune, and slowly this game getting further and further out of reach for Figure8.
Yeah, this is just world-class Orange playing to their strengths, playing their game. This is what they've done throughout playoffs, throughout regular season. They've dropped one game total this entire year. Not even a series, a game. They've been consistently the best team in this entire league, and they're showing it right now.
That they are, as the top laners go toe-to-toe, but again, just poke damage back and forth. It's going to be pretty hard to kill both of those guys unless you get a little bit of jungle support, which the bottom lane may be receiving for Figure8 as Era's roaming up. We've seen a couple of lane ganks so far from this Nidalee. We'll have to see if they're able to get anything done on this one. At the very least, first brick still on the table, and that turret down there very low, so they may just look for a siege for that one.
Looks like they're going for it.
And the explosive charge coming out, not gonna land on the turret, but Braum instead. Chris Meister has made his way down, keeps this turret alive for now, but again, one more push should get it done, and it's that now you just blew your mid laner's TP to save the turret there. And I don't even know if he was necessary.
So, like I was saying before, going back to the itemization problem I have this game, you get raw stats, raw AD, and crit chance from IE, right? You have attack speed from your Q on Tristana, right? You're getting, what, 15% attack speed, the same amount of crit chance.
Ooh, a nice shot. Cannon barrage down as well. Kakari has to run away. They don't get anything for the Rift Herald, and now a 3v2 in the mid lane forces Figure8 back, but Freshburger wants more.
Oh, Freshburger, you want it.
Speed. Does he have the barrel chain? No, he does not. Just the movement speed there in the parlay for a little bit of damage. Trick actually flashes forward, though, trying to find the kill underneath the turret. Not going to be able to do it just yet, as the directed camera takes us down to the bottom lane as we see a ward get cleared. But, I mean, not much going on there. You have a couple of flashes blown, but I think the biggest thing, the Rift Herald gets 0 value.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to talk about this Storm Razor choice I'll never get to finish my thought.
Right,
So I'm just gonna
right,
move on.
exactly.
I'm just gonna move on. There's too much action, you guys. I can never talk about it. But the main point is you get more stats from IE, you get the crit damage from IE, and Storm Razor is meant to be an amplifier for already energized things. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, Fresh Burger just in time as the jungler makes his way up. The headbutt not gonna find the knock-up. The Searing charged. Used for nothing there as Fresh Burger able to just walk away, but they want to punish the flashless top laner. It's just so hard with that remove scurvy.
Yeah, and they don't really have means of getting to him when he gets all that movement speed. Obviously, you have the Kindred, where she can throw out her mounting dread, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, now I'm slowed. But then you just press W on Gangplank, and you're like, okay, well, I'm not slowed anymore. So he gets all that bonus movement speed from these barrels, and they just have no way of like getting to him with Kindred.
Yeah, Kakari now in trouble. The shockwave comes down, trying to find the return damage. He does go golden for now, but it's going to be enough to keep him alive. He is marked up and taken down as Chris Meister picks that one up. Lamb's Spike going to be used there on the back end, so that ultimate will not be available. We'll have to see if Eric can find a way in, but this could be first brick in favor of World Class Orange.
There it is, first turret, and just another good play. Oh my gosh.
Oh, the bullet time comes out. A beautiful shackle, though. The stopwatch going to keep her alive for now. Black Shield going to keep her from the knockup, and they're trying to find the kill onto death. This could be a huge shutdown. The Buster shot, the shutdown for Fruity Friday, and he wants more. He jumps forward, trying to take down the support. He has no way to get back in, but they find the shutdown on the AD carry, no less.
That is huge for this bot lane, huge for this Tristana. That was a great ult. Really well played by the Morgana to get the ult into the stopwatch. Just a really good bait all around. Ah, that was nice. That was nice to watch. More action.
Fresh Burger again up top. There's the knockup. No remove scurvy this time as Flaming Thunder finally gets one under his belt and catches him up in that top lane as he's down a little bit of gold because of that Gangplank passive, but a kill no less helping out the
He's
Orange.
feeling good now. He is feeling good. Now that is a confidence booster for a top laner that's been playing well this entire game. That's going to be something to look at as well as this game moves into late game. Obviously, Ornn is like the best scaling tank in the entire game, and it's like really not close. More action.
Yeah, Flaming Thunder is going to get caught up here. Should not find the stun as Kakari drops the damage on the trick, and he does not have the Lamb's Respite, so he goes down as Deathly picks one up. A free Slim trades it back. And now Flaming Thunder, half HP, but it doesn't matter. He's just so huge. He's got the completed Sunfire. Cape is upgraded, but here comes Fresh Burger trying to find the damage in return. They do force him away from this Dragon Pit as they look to pick up the Cloud Drake. The jungler is dead, but so is the mid laner here. No smite available for World Class, but no Primordial Burst available for Figure8. And it looks like they may just take their leave away from the pit.
Woo! Man, this game is getting juicier and juicier as time goes on. I gotta say,
Go ahead.
it has been a wild ride so far. I have not had the chance to analyze a single play.
It's like they're trying to make up for, they're like, oh guys, we're not at a kill per minute yet as they look for another team fight. This Dragon should be secured. A nice cage there. The Event Horizon keeps the World Class team at bay as they look for the fight here. There's the distance. There's the attack speed buff coming through. But a nice pillar going to keep the Braum in place as they make their way into the mid lane. This mid lane at tier 1 is down, but there's just no other objectives on the board to take. So World Class Orange just going to head back to their jungle and try and farm up.
Yeah, this is a action-packed game so far. I don't know who I'm giving the edge to as of right now. Obviously, World Class is ahead, but you have that scaling on the opposite side. So, I don't know, man. It is looking close. It is looking like a good game. Flaming Thunder.
Oh, and it's looking like an engage here. Goes in with the Ornhorn, finds a double knock up there. Vikov trying to use that Glacial Fish to keep him at bay. There's the bullet time, but it's just a tanky Ornn in your face. No damage to come.
Oh my god, he's so low.
It's got the Volcanic Rupture. Not going to find it there, but Chris Meister with a huge shockwave sits that tank down. No magic resistance means you will fall. And now Era forced to run for his life as the team disengages because your front line is dead. A 2 for 0 in favor of Team World Class Orange.
Meanwhile, Freshburger able to kill Fruity Friday on the bot side while they're skirmishing top. They sent the Morgana out of bot lane, so you had a solo laning Tristana against the Gangplank, and Gangplank just destroys Tristana in a 1v1.
Yeah, you lose that one there, especially if you're not careful with that rocket jump. So like you said, across the map, a 2 for 0 total. Not much more. They do get the tier 1 on the top side, so they're up 3 turrets to 0, and just some more CS in the pocket of the Gangplank here. Now, 20 CS lead, but we've seen how tanky Flaming Thunder can be. And he's got the completed Abyssal Mask. It's now upgraded. And moving forward, that scaling is not only going to be scaling damage and scaling health and tankiness, but he's going to be able to upgrade his teammates' items. They're going to have the ornament. And now this is where Team World Class, they have to be careful depending on the build paths here from the Figure8 team.
Absolutely. And that's why I was so adamant about IE first on Tristana. Because if he has IE, as soon as Ornn hits this level, he can upgrade IE. But now he can't because you have Stormrazor.
And
Mildly triggers me.
No real good choice here either for anybody across the board. You know, for your mid laner, you're typically looking to do, you know, get the most value out of a death cap. And like you said, the IE, but there's just nothing. You know, there's no Trinity Force. I guess you could do the Zanyas for free, Slim, but upgrading your support first, I can't imagine that's the play.
Yeah, it's definitely not. Definitely not the play. Ooh. This is like a wet noodle fight now. He's making Gangplank look like a wet noodle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Trick looking for some Trick. Actually doing a good job here. 6 marks. So he's 1 mark away from hitting that next little spike as Kakari gets tagged up in the jungle, slowed down. But the red buff does go the way of Figure8. But the tier 2 on the bottom side still under pressure here as you've got Freshburger and Vikrov, you know, just slowly edging these minions to that turret, playing around this bottom side, while the rest of the team just forces in that mid lane. And right now, again, the game is at this weird lull state. There's not really anything to fight over. You know, you're just going to have this split pushing GP, which is expected. And then the rest of the team don't really know what to do with their hands, so they're just sitting in lanes farming.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a lull until the next objective spawns, right? Once you get that dragon spawning, or once you get anybody able to pressure on Baron, it's going to be a little bit more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Fiesta?
Yeah, Fiesta.
But until that point, it's going to be kind of a nice slow, oh, I'm pushing this. Okay, now I'm pushing back. I'm pushing in, pushing back. It's going to be a battle for lane priority, essentially, until this dragon spawns.
And with this dragon, if your team Figure8, you get 4 Cloud Drakes, that Primordial Burst is just going to be a refreshable ability, essentially, in team fights. You're going to get 1 or 2 of those off at the very least. So not only is it paramount because you don't want the enemy team just to have the soul in general, and you want the cooldown for yourself, you do not want any more ultimate cooldown on the Vigars. Dragon spawned in 10 seconds. We'll have to see where these teams take us.
It looks like World Class Orange is in position to take this, and it looks like they're not going to be contested. Unless Nidalee goes for a steal.
Could go for a steal. Last time both junglers had missed. Kakari could look just for the delete. He's got the stun there. Does he have the damage? No, he doesn't. Lamb's spike comes out, keeps him alive. Cannon Barrage, though, not going to find too much. There's a dragon still under fire. Trick the only one in the dragon pit as Era picks that one up. That's a steal. And now the jungler is dead. The fight will ensue, but there goes the support. A beautiful shockwave. The shockwave finds Era. The heals come out to keep everybody alive for now, but Chris Meister wants more. A bullet time over the wall means it's a 3 for 2 in favor of World Class Orange, but now they want to run down the rest of the team. They've got the movement speed. The auto attack coming forward. Event Horizon not going to stop Freshburger as he's in your face, finding the kills. Flaming Thunder, he tries to find the return kill, but an ace for Team World Class Orange. A 5 for 2 rather, as they may be looking for that Baron, but now the game heavily in their favor.
Yeah, Freshburger is gigantic. That man. Woo! Lord have mercy. Freshburger just literally just ran and face tanked everything that they had and just ran at the enemy team. Look at how much damage he's doing.
Yeah, That is insane. He's got the Essence Reaver and the Trinity Force. And yeah, like you said, the shockwave from Chris Miser in that fight, huge. But then on top of it all, Freshburger just in your face, running you down. He's now got the Spirit Visage, which means he's healing more. He's taking less damage from that Vigar, from that Nidalee. And the Swifties, I didn't even notice those at first. But, I mean, even more just in your face running you down.
Yeah, and you have to keep in mind the Swifties, that counters the Ornn Q. That counters the Glacial from Vagar. And it's just a really good buy because everything that they're trying to use to get you away from them is being negated. So I like that. I like that buy a lot.
Yeah, it
World Class
allows
Orange
the...
is playing a very clean mid game right now.
And I mean, this is exactly what they had to do. They grab the objectives whenever they can. They lose that dragon, but that's okay because they get the Baron. But they got themselves a game lead, and now we're, you know, mid-game 30 minutes where they're still in the driver's seat. They need to, though, moving forward. Now it's time to you know, maybe group up, push some things down because you don't want to let the Ornn here catch up as Kakari trying to find Freshburger. Does have the slow, does have the stun. Mid lane is going to be pressured here by World Class Orange. A couple of members alongside the cannon minion. Protect the President has in a suit as they do take the tier 2 mid. And on the top side, they just have to leave Freshburger by himself. They have to stop this push in the mid lane, and that means they lose the top tier 2 as well.
Yeah, this is just the power of the Baron buff, right? What Baron is capable of doing. You're spreading the map out. You're getting pressure in every single lane apart from bot. And you're just pushing them in just repeatedly over and over and over and over. And there's nothing they can do to respond. Freshburger, though.
Yeah, maybe caught out here. Does not have the remove scurvy. The cannon barrage coming down. There's the shutdown going over to Fruity Friday.
No
And the
Kindred
Bolton
Arc?
doesn't find anything. Kakari manages to find a stun on the back end, and now here's the re-engage. A 4v5 as Flaming Thunder finds a knock on a Death Holy. Death Holy should fall here. They shut down going over the support. A beautiful shockwave deletes the Morgana, and now the team forced to run away as Friesland has fallen. Kakari still alive. Era here as well. Flaming Thunder trying to protect the turret for a little bit longer. Victor takes the turret shot, and he goes down. Did not have the damage calculations as Trick is inside the base. He eats a Primordial Burst, stays alive for now, but he does still have that Lance Respite. There's the jump from Fruity Friday. Buster Shot not available. Will they be able to outplay? It's a 1v3. No, you cannot, as Fruity Friday picks that one up. So a 1-for-4 now in favor of Figure8 Esports, and they're grabbing the reins. They're trying to stop the bleeding and find a way to the...
He was sitting on his R that whole fight. I'm mildly confused. You had the opportunity to R that gangplank when they jumped in on him, and you can turn the fight at that point. That was a one fight for them if the Kindred just used ultimate. That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah, used it greedy, unfortunately. Now your jungler's dead for another 15 seconds. So in this 4v5 scenario, you know, they're going to lose the vision war here around Dragon. It is going to be spawning here 40 seconds. Another Cloud Drake coming up, which means more cooldown reduction, more Ornn Horns, more Primordial. And I mean, even for the Morgana, she's going to Soul Shackle whenever she wants it, you know, basically twice in a fight. Now Era, though, gets caught out. Cannon Barrage is on. There's a Event Horizon, not enough to keep the jungler alive. And just like that, I cast her cursed. I talked about Trick being dead, and now the roles have been reversed. But Chris Meister wants more. He goes in, the Shockwave on a free slam, but a beautiful stun keeps him in place. Freshburger just trying to run him down. He's got the Swift. He's got the movement speed. Removes Scurvy. Removes that stun. But it's just going to be a little bit of pressure as the Dragon jumps into the pit. And now there's no way in for Figure8 Esports. Oh, that was melted.
That was the fastest Drake I've seen in a while.
Yeah, that was melted. Holy cow.
Remember, you have a 3-item MF working on 4. Like, 3.5-item MF. 3-item Orianna, and a 3.5-item Gangplank right now.
Yeah, it seems fairly doomed, but I mean, we just saw Figure8 turn it around to fight. A little bit of miscommunication and disconnect from World Class Orange, just as a whole, allowed Figure8 to win that fight. But it's, you know, if it happened once, it can happen again. They just need to find those angles. They're now starting to upgrade a couple of items as the Molten Edge has come through a little bit ago. The Zanya's gets upgraded as well, and Kakari working on the Death Cap. He gets it right now, and he should have that upgraded for himself. So the scaling starting to come through now, 33 minutes into this game for Figure8.
Yep, and that death cap is going to be the teller of what direction this game goes for the rest of it.
It's very important. It's one of those things where, you know, you usually see a Mordekaiser, you see you know, good like pick champions, Morgana even, where you're thinking who does Mordekaiser ult? Who does Skarner ult? You know, you look for things like that, but now you're thinking, can Kakari, who does he ult? Can he find the Primordial Burst? Because twice we've already seen Trick stop all of his damage with the Lamb's Respite. So it's going to be important that he's not using that ultimate where he thinks he can get a kill, and Kindred still has that ult. Like you said,
I've seen Kakari ult Braum, I think, 2 or 3 times this game. And that's not necessarily a bad thing because you're taking the tank and you're taking the front line out. But I would much rather see him ult somebody like Gangplank. Here it comes again.
Yeah, Primordial Burst coming out. Not going to find enough damage there. The binding doesn't land as well. And I mean, it's almost like you can read his mind. He all support again, and it's not enough damage on the Unbreakable.
Yeah, once that E comes up for Braum, it's just almost impossible to kill him at this stage of the game because that ability is maxed.
They're looking for the kill here on a Fresh Burger. He heals up nice and safe, but it doesn't matter. The Brittle and an auto attack from Fruity sit him down. Now your top laner is dead, but the Baron has been started. Your AD carries on the bottom side of the map, and we've seen his objectives go down very fast. The teleport coming through as Flaming Thunder has made his way into this fight. No way to engage. 40 seconds still on Gangplank as Free Slim finds a slow in the enemy jungle. He doesn't want to be there much longer, but I mean, you push him off the Baron, and now just pressure in the mid lane for Figure8 Esports. They're taking turrets here. Oh, Fruity Friday jumps in. Does not have the rocket jump, but he is able to walk away. But that was a very scary moment.
A weird jump.
Yeah, I'm assuming a fat finger. Yeah, exactly. Because yeah, I'm thinking he meant to hit rapid fire and went a little too hamsky there.
He just jumped onto the tower with nobody around.
Yeah.
A little interesting. Looking like Cody's son out here.
Yeah, seriously. So Baron on board, Dragon in a minute and 30. It is going to be Soul Drake for Team World Class Orange if they are able to secure it. But I mean, they're getting a fair share of their ultimate cooldown reduction as well. You know, you pick the Soul right now, you're equal in ult cooldown reduction, and then you'll also have the Soul, which if you didn't think Gangplank was fast before, when he drops that cannon barrage, hits a barrel, and starts boogieing with that Cloud Soul, he is going to be a menace just running through these team fights.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty insane. If they get Soul on World Class's side, how fast this Gangplank is gonna be in team fights. I mean, he's gonna be running at like Mach 30 at their carries.
Yeah. Fortunately for the carries, the auto attacks don't do the most damage, but now Fresh Burger may be caught out on the backside for the engage. There's a Glacial Fissure there, finds the Ornhorn coming through, but it doesn't find anything. Bullet time, not enough damage to find the kills, but it stops the Ornhorn from following through. Fresh Burger still full HP, and Flaming Thunder is not. That's the top laner dead. That is the AD carry dead. Fruity Friday will fall a 2 for 0 so far for World Class Orange, and they may want more. A little bit of desync in the ultimates. Nobody finding the kills at the beginning of that fight, but they find him on the backside, and now the base is going to be pressured as Kakari sitting underneath half HP, forced to give up the bottom inhibitor. Deathboy just walks forward. There is no way to steer. Era is too much single damage, and he's not even back in the base. Free Slim trying to do what he can, but the inhibitor is down. They've got the minions pushing through, and it's 5 members strong. Are the jungler and support going to be enough for Figure8? Both Nexus turrets are down. The Nexus under fire in game 1 to World Class Orange.
That game was crazy.
Wow, yeah.
Only 30 kills in that much action. I mean, woo, man. That's a final series starter right there.
Absolutely. These are two teams that we talked about who they don't know defeat very well. I think it was one game lost in total, one game, not one series for World Class Orange, like you said. And
Correct.
for Figure8, I think they maybe had 2 or 3 games lost, but still no series losses. So it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back from this one because that was the mid game was a little bit slow, but once they peaked with Fresh Burger, I mean, it was the World Class Orange show for the rest of the game.
Absolutely. That was the Fresh Burger and Death Holy and Chris Meister show. If I had to give my MVP to anybody though, I'm giving it to Chris Meister for game 1. 100%.
Oh, absolutely. The shockwaves were perfect. And even if he's not finding all of the kills, so much damage and then supplementing. We saw in that team fight around the Baron pit where Freshburger really popped off for his first team fight. And it was all supplemented. A huge shockwave forced 2 people out of the fight for Figure8 Esports. And then Freshburger, with his movement speed, just ran him down and killed him, picked up the fight, and then was this huge gangplank tank for the Baron as well. So I couldn't agree more. Chris Miser really opening doors, finding a way
Yep.
in for the rest of his team to follow up.
I would have liked to see if let's say in the hypothetical, if Figure8 Esports didn't draft Nidalee there, right?
Mhm.
And you replace Nidalee with Rek'Sai, Gragas, or Jarvan,
Mhm.
okay? I think they win that game. The
I
way that
agree.
Trick was playing early game, if you picked Rek'Sai or J4 into that, I think they win that game almost 100% of the time.
I could not agree more. We kind of had our doubts as we saw the first draft. We are going to jump to a quick break as these teams go back to the drawing board and see how they can figure out how to get it done in game number 2. But when we come back, as I said, we'll have game number 2 between Figure8 Esports and Team World Class Orange, and we'll see if they can flip the script here.
I just can't let this go. Every last chance I had is gone, but I just can't let you know. I just can't let you know. But I just can't let you know.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody in the chat keeping us company. We are jumping right back into game number 2 between Figure8 Esports and Team World Class Orange, where this is the finals of the UJL, and we saw a bloody game 1, a 37-minute game at that, so it wasn't the quickest, but jumping right into picks and bans, and I mean, not much has changed up. We do see the Kindred, though, taken away here.
It's a little intriguing to me. Yeah, they've changed that ban.
Okay, never mind. Goes to set.
So Ornn pick. They pick Ornn here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're world class, you're probably not even afraid of it because it's, you know, they just lost on it. World class up 1-0 here. They do find themselves a misfortune first. We'll have to see where Figure8 decide to go.
Whee! That's
Okay.
an Aphelios and a Braum locked in, baby.
Okay, okay.
That's looking good to me.
Yeah, a lot stronger of a bottom lane. A little less safe because you don't have the Tristana, but I mean, Aphelios can pump damage, huge in team fights, and you take the Braum away from World Class Orange, who, I mean, they played it very well, especially supplementing the misfortune. But now, before we jump into the second round of bans, Syndra going to be picked up here for the mid lane.
And that's a pick that was banned away last game. So they want to pick a power one for this lane. Obviously, we know that Chrismeister is super comfortable in that champion. Here comes the Ornn as well. They said, if you guys don't want it, I guess we'll take it.
Sure. Trundle's still available, though. Trundle was banned last time. This time around, the Lee Sin off the table. So maybe they're baiting. Maybe Figure8 have an answer for that Ornn, as they did let it go through. The Cassiopeia going to be hovered. A champion that has very high damage output and can also halt your team right in its tracks with the Petrifying Gaze. The Ornn into the Braum is a little interesting to me because, you know, you have the Unbreakable, stop the Ornn and knock up if you catch it on the way in. And Kassadin actually coming through to match the damage output for Kakari in the mid lane. And Kassadin has been a pick, I mean, even in solo queue, who's just been resurging to the scene. So very strong, so very bursty. And we'll see how it plays out in this bloodbath.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much I like Kassadin into Syndra. Obviously Kassadin can play any lane safe, so it's not really like, oh, he's gonna get dumpstered or anything like that. But I'm not really sure how much I like picking a Kassadin here without knowing what the rest of the composition is gonna shape out to be. But going back to what you were saying about Ornn and Braum, remember Braum can only shield one direction, right?
True.
If he shields that Ornn ulti coming, you know, towards them, the MF ult is just gonna go straight through, right? Because he's ulting the opposite, or he's shielding the opposite side. Why did they ban Trundle?
Yeah, that's a good question. I was thinking that too. The Trundle ban for Figure8, kind of a question mark here on the desk, as wouldn't be bad into that Ornn. It definitely mitigate that scaling tank with the subjugate.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a little interesting. if you ask me.
Very interesting. We'll have to see. The
A
answer
moo-moo?
is
Oh
a
my
moo.
lord! What am I looking at?
They're going for the team fight wombo combo with the Kassadin as the cherry on top. As this time around, we see the Rek'Sai come through. It was the Kindred last time for Trick in the jungle. Now, it may be the Rek'Sai. It's a little bit of a different play style, but you kind of got the same idea. You're just going to knock people up and go ham and try and output as much damage as possible. And it's not a bad pick, I would assume, into the Amumu. Amumu Bandage toss onto you and is immediately going to get knocked up. So we'll have to see. I think Amumu may be the sleeper pick here.
Really?
Amumu is it's one of those champions where you never see it, but then as soon as you do, it's so easy to play. It's very hard. The hitbox on the bandage toss, I'm pretty sure, is the entire map. And then you just have, you miss that, you just flash forward and drop your ultimate onto everybody. I'm gonna say I think Amumu is gonna do this game. I think he's gonna do good.
I don't know. I don't know. Blinding Amumu into a jungle matchup where they can pick Rek'Sai. Like, I don't know. I don't know about that. Not so sure.
It is interesting though, because it's in the series that they played against Active Rush, I believe, in the semifinals. Jarvan Kane were the champions of choice for Era, and he just played an extremely bursty Nidalee, and now you're completely flipping the script and putting him on this Amumu as Malphite rounds out the last pick for the top lane.
I hate it.
I hate that comp. It looks like they're going for the Wombo combo. You've got the Braum, the Malphite, the Amumu, Aphelios on top of it all, and then you're just hoping that your Kassadin can get it done on the backside. But yeah, this game is going to be electric because of the deletability. I don't think that's a word, but the ability to delete somebody off the map, not only through CC, but then Kassadin on top of it. I don't know. Figure8.
I hate it. I hate it, man. I hate it.
They definitely have like the head scratch composition. World class, looking a little more put together with their composition. But I mean, hey man, anything goes in the UJL, baby, and it's only game 2, so it's a best of 5 series. We'll have to see if Figure8 can win game 2 here. This is
like there is no circumstance in which Malphite beats Ornn, ever. Malphite has to build MR now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The only magic damage threat on the enemy team is Syndra. Okay, unless you count Ornn as a magic damage threat. Like,
I don't.
There's that pick makes absolutely no sense to me. A champion that scales off of armor picked into Ornn.
Yeah, it seems like they're forcing Flaming Thunder just onto tank duty, right? We saw him on Ornn last game, and now this game flip the script. They don't even go necessarily for the counter pick. But again, it seems like they're just playing for the team. They had a couple of team fights where they did kind of, I wouldn't say they won the team fights. It was more world class losing the team fights because of their slip ups. But it definitely seems they're going more team fight oriented. Hey, it's fine if we lose lane, but 15, 20 minutes in, if we're start to fight
oriented, but they locked in Kassadin.
Okay, that's the wild card for sure. That is the wild card for sure.
What do you mean the wild card?
You've got the 4 wombo combo so chance, much. Man.
I hate it. I hate this draft.
I have faith. I think Figure8
when you
Esports...
are comparing each lane, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Ornn dumpsters Malphite.
I agree.
Rek'Sai dumpsters Amumu. Syndra dumpsters Kassadin until level 16. Misfortune Nautilus dumpster Aphelios Braum until like level 11.
That's true. I agree with that too. I agree with all of that.
They picked losing matchups in every single lane. Every single one. They had the counter pick top. They banned the counter pick away from themselves.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. But so we know that,
man.
We know the individual lane matchups are in favor of world class, but does Misfortune, Nautilus, Syndra, Ornn, Rek'Sai beat Aphelios, Braum, Kassadin, Amumu, Malphite in team fights 15 minutes in?
You're not going to be team fighting 15 minutes in with these two comps. Amumu's going to be down 2k by that time.
That is very possible. I'm interested to see which build they're going with here. Maybe they play just the bursty assassin type Malphite, complete AP, and then just delete somebody. Well, I'm just thinking for the team comp, right? You have Kassadin, who's going to be doing the same thing, And I mean, Malphite to supplement. If you're able to Malphite alt somebody, maybe not Ornn on the front line, but Rek'Sai, who's probably going to be pretty squishy.
Okay. Let me put this into perspective for you, okay? The only way they win team fights is if a Mumu hits a 3 or 4 man ulti, and then Malphite hits a 3 or 4 man ulti. That's the only way. Unless Aphelios hits a 3 or 4 man ulti on top of one of their ultimates, they lose the fight. Bar none.
And I believe that's very, very possible. What I do think is going to be difficult with that is the 3 members that they hit are probably going to be Ornn, Rek'Sai, Nautilus, and that is going to be an issue. You definitely got to catch at least one of those carries in that melting pot of 3 to be able to turn these fights.
I hate it so much, man.
I think Figure8 can get it done, but it's all about what they do, on the Rift. And I mean, we had expected last game the Nidalee to completely bully the Kindred, and it was quite the contrary. The Nidalee fell behind, and the Kindred was getting the marks and popping off. So maybe we're expecting Trick to beat Era on the Amumu, and it could be the other way around. Could be the red buff, or the red side curse rather coming through. If you guys are just joining us, Figure8 Esports versus Team World Class Orange fighting it out for the Upsurge Junior League Grand Finals, where World Class Orange, they're up 1-0 as we look at this incredibly wonky draft. And I think Figure8 Esports can get it done here in game 2. My color caster, Mikey, he's got some choice words for this draft, and I'm sure if we run into any of these Figure8 guys, he'll have some questions as to why this one came down this way. We talked about the draft, we talked about the champions and how we feel, but what I want to talk about is what's really going to push these players and all of us here to the edge, and that is Kono keyboards. Guys, if you're looking to take your game to the next level, it starts with all of your peripherals. From keyboards to keycaps, mice, and more, our friends at Kono have got you covered. Kono works with the world's best designers, inventors, and makers to bring you some of the best gaming peripherals around. Kono have been huge supporters here at Upsurge and made generous contributions to our prize pool, which you guys saw earlier. If you need to find a new keyboard, check out the Hex Gears X1 RGB low profile Bluetooth mechanical keyboard. You can use discount code UpsurgeGG. That's UpsurgeGG for 7% off your first order. And for more information, head over to kono.store to check out all they have to offer. That's KONO.store. Kono, discover amazing products. And we wouldn't be able to get it done without Midwest Esports as well. I'm sure you guys have been able to catch some of the events that they put on, but Midwest Esports has been around for many years, starting as a small student group out of Wichita State University. And since then, Midwest Esports has grown to be a veteran organizer to tournaments and events throughout the U.S. They host tournaments for games like League of Legends, Rocket League, as well as Overwatch. And for more information, you can check them out at MidwestEsports.com. Obviously, we're watching League of Legends here, but if you're interested in Rocket League or Overwatch, you can obviously check them out there. We're going to take a quick break, though, before jumping into what I'm expecting to be a very, very wild game number 2 between Figure8 Esports and Team World Class Orange. So don't leave your seats because you don't want to miss it.
A summoner has disconnected.
Inside lane, missing exits, glued to the pavement. Between the lines, I'll keep my gaze straight ahead as the last stop flies by. No more waiting for the gun to fire. No more walking through revolving doors. I've gone around once, and I don't need to go around anymore. It's time to break away. Forget your sober case. Stop dwelling on empty words. Stop stalling in the doorway. Cancel the cruise control. Switch it in the manual. Don't you wanna feel right again? Don't you wanna feel whole? Don't you wanna feel? Full steam through the setbacks. You can't win them all, but I'm proud I tried. I'm glad we had a dialogue. It's good to shape the mind. Speeding up the pace, turning up the heat. Where I need to be for the first time. Taking risks, I'm casting off without a lifeline. Break away, forget your sober case. Stop dwelling on empty words. Stop stalling in the doorway. Cancel the cruise control. Switch it in the manual. Don't you wanna feel right again? Don't you wanna feel whole? Don't you wanna feel? Forget your sober case. Stop dwelling on empty words. Stop stalling in the doorway.
I was so sure of our love. I never thought of any reason, a doubt about us. And now I'm right back at the start. Halfway through a bottle, baby, and nothing to know. I thought that I could keep it low. Take it easy, take it slow. We ended forget all the wrongs and every reason why we've changed. And there's a storm inside my head. It's getting me in trouble, baby, and I can't break away. I thought that I could keep it low. Take it easy, take it slow. We ended up just like before, so take it easy, take it easy. I thought that I could keep it low. Take it easy, take it slow. We ended up just like before, so take it easy.
A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected.
welcome back, and thank you for joining us as game number 2 finally underway, as we had some technical difficulties. One of the characters, or one of the players rather, had difficulty getting into the game. If you guys are just joining us, this is Figure8 Esports Team World Class Orange, and Team World Class Orange managed to grab game number 1 as they look to do something a little sneaky in this early game. My name is Tanner Metro, and I am joined by my color caster, Mikey. And Mikey, we know you got your opinions about this draft, but do you think it's going to be a complete stomp, or is there any way Figure8 Esports managed to use this composition to its fullest here?
Oh, there's certainly a way. I mean, when you're looking at the two comps together, obviously the Malphite into Ornn isn't a great matchup. But if this Malphite is able to hit a crazy, if they're able to I guess synergize their ultimates with the Malphite, Amumu, and Aphelios, as they're running away, Kassadin excels at chasing down low health enemies. So I think that's really like their win condition is trying to synergize their ultimates. Flaming Thunder.
He may spot this out up here, but I can only imagine it's a little bit of vision. He doesn't want to do too much. It is a 2v1, so he does just walk away, but now they have that information, and if Era's feeling like it, he can go down to that bottom side and try and grab himself, do some vertical jungling. Ooh, a nice hook there. The hitbox misses the minion, and Vikrov lands his first one, so 1 for 1 on those. That is the dredge line. I'm curious as to why, these junglers, they didn't counter jungle the Amumu's blue, which is one of those things that immediately puts Amumu behind because he's so mana heavy, but the level 2s come out. Vikrov goes in again, but some nice damage traded back there from Fruity Friday, and on the Aphelios already looking pretty good.
Yeah, this is a lane that can really go either way. If the Braum plays it really, really well, which he's doing for the most part so far. Ooh, big trade in mid. This can be a really good lane for Aphelios. Aphelios obviously has eaten a lot of nerfs over the past few patches, but still in a really decent spot against things like MF and Caitlyn. So we'll see how it plays out down there.
As the jungler has made his way down, Trick on that Rek'Sai, waiting in the bush. They do find the knock on a free slim. The flash comes out. The ignite is on. Not going to be enough damage to finish it off, but the flash blown there from the support. So now if you catch that Braum out away from a teammate, that should be first blood. So a nice turnout there by Trick.
Yeah, and this is more action.
Jungler's Era wants to get it done, but like we said, Trick should get the better half of the flash. The dredge line doesn't land, but a flash knock up there should secure the kill, and that's going to be first blood for Trick, but it may be traded back. Fruity Friday on the backside trades a little bit of damage, but now Free Slim has to go. He's got no flash. He's got no health, and the mid laner solo kills. Chris Meiser picks up the kill onto Kakari. Flash forward ignite. What a scrappy early game, but again, Team World Class Orange getting ahead early.
Yeah, and this is what we've seen game after game from these guys. You pick a composition that you know that your people are comfortable on. We've seen Chris Meister Syndra a million times, and every time he plays it, he is so oppressive in lane, able to get a lead, and it's probably his best champion. Oh, Freshburger and Flaming Thunder going at it.
Flaming Thunder losing this part of the trade. The solo kill for him up there, and that's exactly what we're talking about. The Malphite does not fare well into the Ornn, and he reaps the benefits. Freshburger does, finding himself an early kill here.
And this is a 2K lead already here at 4.5 minutes. So they are going to have to sit back and really farm up and scale if they want to stay in this one.
And the bottom lane, though, trying to get it back. Free Slim jumps forward. They find the stun. Oh, Flaming Thunder actually comes in. The Searing Charge going to keep Freshburger alive for now. He does have the flash available. Flash for flash, but a beautiful one at that keeps Freshburger safe. So he manages to stay up in this lane and doesn't actually opt to go back to the base. Going to try and heal up with that Corrupting Potion and just play safe here. We kind of saw this in the last game where the top laners played so very aggressive on such low HP and we may see a dive coming through. But in the mid lane, Chris Meister just getting some poke damage down. Does have the electrocute over the phase rush Cinder that some people have run in the past here.
I think in certain matchups, like melee matchups, electrocute's probably better. But when you're into something like Cassiopeia or
Ooh, Call of the Forge God comes through, finds a knockup, but no follow-up as there are no flashes available. Chris Meister hits level 6. Does he have the damage? Electrocute is on. There's a spell shield, though, coming through, but Chris Meister picks it up. Another solo kill as the shield from Kakari was not enough, and now Plates in the mid lane.
yeah, this is the trick pick. You know, this is Rek'Sai into Amumu. Amumu's early game is just not good enough to compete with something like Rek'Sai. And we're seeing that firsthand here. Amumu just doesn't offer really anything until level 6.
Nothing there, especially without the help from a laner. He's got the hard CC, but, I mean, there's really no damage across the board. You know, you gank Malphite, and you're just beating on a brick wall in the Ornn, and, you know, you go into that mid lane. Cassidy not going to be given too much over. As the first dragon of the game goes away of Team World Class Orange, it's Cloud Drake this time, so we won't see that Cloud Soul this time around. As Trick trying to find Kakari, still only level 5 on the Cassidy and does not have the jumps away. There's the bite coming out, quite a bit of damage. Not enough to kill, but I mean, this Cassidy falling further and further behind, now 2 levels down against Chris Meister.
Yep, and this is just, again, this is Trick playing the Rek'Sai into the Amumu. It's really just the pick into what they have. Rek'Sai is the counter to Amumu, so it was kind of a telegraph, like, oh, they're definitely going to pick that now. And we're seeing why it's a counter right now.
Absolutely. It's very strong. They're even in farm, but Trick able to be a little more proactive and provide a little more damage on top of his CC. As Chris Meister low on mana, Kakari low on HP, and the bottom lane has just been a constant skirmish. FreeSlim will finally take his leave back to the base, and it feels so horrible on that Aphelios when you want to find the engages, you want to find the fights, but you just don't really have the weapon combo to get it done or to output the damages. That's exactly what we just saw from Fruity Friday. The flash is almost available here. FreeSlim should have that soon. Fruity Friday just around the corner, but he has the heal and now the ultimate. So level 6 on both 80 carries could be danger for either of these teams. And I mean, across the board, outside of that bottom lane being fairly even, Team World Class Orange, they're ahead. They've got the level advantages. They've got the kills, obviously, and now Kakari finds himself in danger yet again.
Yeah, there's the knockup. But this is just a case of, you know, you pick scaling in mid against something like Syndra. Well, obviously they picked the Kassadin into the Syndra, but like they picked scaling, and you know, you don't really have the jungler to combat that. Oh my god.
Speaking of junglers, Era finds the bandage shots. Freshburger just getting deleted. Where did that damage come from as Flaming Thunder gets one back? And now we'll have the junglers help to push down some plates, but a nice kill finally gets Figure8 Esports on the board.
And that's a really good kill to get. You put it onto the Malphite. Obviously, this Malphite and Mumu are going to be your win condition in team fights. So to get them two involved in the kill game is going to be really good for them.
And it looks like they've got their eyes on the Rift Herald as well. So trying to compound some good plays with some proactivity, picking up some of these objectives. Last time, Figure8 Esports actually got the only Rift Herald in the game, but were unable to use it as Trick finds the support. FreeSlim, 2 levels down, no Blast Cone available, but that may have been enough to help FreeSlim get away. The flash over the wall, though. Vikrov goes in. There's the stand by me. Fruity not going to be able to find enough damage. There's the knockup. Actually not going to come through. This beautiful stun from Era, but it means he will fall as he's got no way out. And the fight on the bottom line still ensues as they pick up 2 kills. They find 3.
Vikrov lives!
Across the map, and Vikrov makes it out with the Titan's Wrath. What a play for World Class Orange.
This game's already turning out to be even more hype than the first game. You got fight after fight after fight after fight, and every single time World Class Orange has come out on top.
This game, they're giving us a run for our money. Last game, 37 minutes, 30 kills. this game 10 minutes, 9 kills. They're trying to keep us talking here on the desk about the plays being made. And now Eric trying to get something done, but it's going to be 2, and this is one that you lose. The ultimate not available for Syndra, but the Ignite is on. He goes back in, he drops a curse to the Sand Mummy, but it's not going to be enough there. He goes down, and now Kakari in a bad spot. He does find the shutdown, able to get away as well, but forced to use his flash. It's not a crazy summoner spell to lose on Kassadin, but a 1-for-1 overall, and now Kassadin even further behind.
Did get that shutdown. And I think that's what they really wanted there, but to trade the Amumu kill for that, I don't think was worth. Yeah.
Oh no, Flaming Thunder finds himself a scat of the week. The stun comes through. A nice ultimate though. Unstoppable force goes through. The Ignite is on, and that's gonna be the shutdown, but it goes to your support. Kakari falls down as well. Now Fruity Friday trying to find the kill onto the support here. He goes golden to stay alive. The ultimate doesn't land. And now Vikrov may live again. He goes back in underneath the turret. What a play, Vikrov, you beast! He does manage to fall eventually, but Era might fall as well. Trick not able to find it, but the ultimate coming through. This could be a double kill, could be a triple, but it's not, as Flaming Thunder finds one for himself in this fight. Death Holy coming through though. The bullet time is available. He's just gonna go toe-to-toe in a 1v2. The bullet time not gonna land, and he's trying to kite his way out. Flaming Thunder comes back in. That's one kill. Can't make it to Death Holy. What do you have? Yes! It goes down. The shutdown over to Flaming Thunder. The teleport was coming through, and with a spur of HP, Figure8 Esports managed to take that fight, but what do you lose?
Lose 3 plates top to Freshburger. Freshburger is absolutely, like, what? He's, what, a level and a half ahead of Malphite now? And still ahead in gold? Oh, the flash. Oh,
the failed flash seals his fate. Should just give this kill over to that Kassadin and help him get back in the game. You hate to see it because we're just talking about what he gained, but instead it's all about what he lost. He goes down, has the Abyssal Mask now, but falls in the mid lane. Now Free Slim finds the knock up there. They're trying to find the kill here onto Chris. The damage comes through, the stun is there as well, and Kakari finds another, and they're trying to get back in this game. There is no ultimate available for Death, as they do just secure the dragon and clear out the minions in mid lane. 13 to 8 in kills, but 3,000 gold separating these teams in favor of world class, and 2 dragons ahead as well. The Riptail comes down, and now we'll have to see the value of this objective.
At least 3 plates going over to their side. We're gonna see if they actually look for an engage here. Oh, it's not even 3 plates, only 2.
Better than the last game. Last game it died before even getting a charge off.
Hey, you got a point there.
Minutes.
You got a point there. This is insane. I have never had such little ability to color commentate than I have in this series so far.
It is a bloodbath. We're now 8 kills over the minutes here. 21 kills, 13 minutes. As we may see another come through. Era jumps over the wall with the blast cone. Trick is here though if they want to look for the kill. Call the Forge God coming down as well. Finds a knockup. Curse the Sad Mummy though, gonna stun him up in place. Era trying to find his way out of the fight. Unstoppable Force is available. They do get the knockup there, but Era's so low he has to run to the bush, and now Flaming Thunder walking away from the fight as well. The junglers are low, the top laners are healthy. The blue smite comes through, finds a little bit of movement speed here, but he surely will fall. The brittle is on. The bandage toss does not find its mark. And while all of that was happening, just off to the right of the screen, Chris Meister roams up and kills the top laner.
Oh, man, this is just fight after fight after fight. We're at 23 kills at 14 minutes. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to analyze at this point. I'm at a loss. Like, you guys know me by now. Me, Mikey, am never at a loss for words, okay? I'm always able to talk about something. Okay, here we go.
Free Slim, though. Ooh, goes golden, stays alive for now. The Ignite is on, and he'll be safe underneath his turret. Although we're looking at 15 to 8 in kills, 3,000 gold. I mean, the game's not too far out of reach. If you can find a fight without the Syndra and the Rex side, Figure8 might be in a good spot. But if you're staying underneath the turret with no HP, you know, that could be a bad day.
Yeah, they're going to take this tower, it looks like, as well. They got top tower, too. So 2 towers off the board in one fell swoop. Here comes Trick.
Here comes Trick. He doesn't have the burrow just yet. He goes down underneath. Fruity Friday going to get pulled in, and Vikrov picks that one up as Trick gets one for himself. Now 6, 2, and 4 on this counter pick Rek'Sai, and honestly just heads above the Amumu here. That is 0-5-4. Just no real way for Era to get into this fight, and it's very, very unfortunate as the bottom lane is dead. Nothing really to take on the backside of this, but the gold lead continuing to grow.
2K deficit on AD carry right now. 60 CS, 3-1-2. I mean, it's 6,600 to 4,800. So 1,800 gold deficit that they're looking at on Fruity Friday versus Death Holy right now. Mid lane is up 1,500. Jungle is up 1,600. Top lane is down 400. And support is up 700. All of that, in case you were paying attention, equates to a 5K gold lead at 16 minutes for World Class Orange. And they're looking to take Rift Herald to get even more.
And this should be the fight around this objective. Freshburger trying to find his way in. Trick on the backside. May look for a steal as well. Waiting for the team to come through. There's the knockdown. There's the smite coming through. The bull time as well. Not going to find enough damage as Trick finds a killing spree on the backside. Misfortune gets a jumped on immediately as Kakari managed to find that kill. But Syndra is here. Chris Meister doing the damage. Flaming Thunder alive for now as Fruity Friday flashes away trying to stay safe. The ultimate coming through from Rek'Sai, but it's not enough. Trick manages to pick up a kill and Freeslim falls as well. A 2 for 5 in favor of World Class Orange. And just when you thought things were going your way, it immediately gets flipped on its head. You get the objective, but you lose 5 members.
It's definitely not looking like a game that Figure8 has a win condition either. I mean, I identified their win condition earlier. It was Malphite and Amumu being able to get into these team fights, be big beefy boys, and CC 2, 3, 4 people, right? Well, now that they're so far behind, they're at 7K gold deficit now after that Rift Herald play. Even if they get these CC moves in team fights, they cannot team fight. They have to be looking for picks. And they're going to look to fight around Dragon, which I don't think is the right call here.
Yeah, Era gets caught out. A little bit of damage coming through from Freshburger. Trick is here as well. Freshburger gets jumped on though, finds himself a 3v1, has to get out of the fight. Kakari going to chase that one down, and Fruity Friday still in the blue side jungle up by that blue buff. Not down in the river just yet, so a fight imminent, but does not have the AD carry available. Kakari just doing a bit of poke damage, but it's not much damage as that, as the Abyssal Mask is going to mitigate a bunch of that. And the Ornhorn not available, so if there ever was a time to fight, it is not now, as Freeslim is going to get caught up here. Over the wall he goes to Fruity Friday. Again, ultimate's not necessarily available. Chris Meister, though, trying to get set up here. A bullet time, a beautiful scout of the week, puts Era back into the bullet time. Here comes Call the Forge God off of cooldown, and now they're trying to find the return. And AM Trick does get knocked back, and the flash for the wall keeps Kakari safe for now. And Era just going to sacrifice his life, and Trick goes over the wall and finds the kill. It's going to be a 2 for 0, and Trick is not done yet. He finds a knockup onto Flaming Thunder. He is the only member this far ahead of the team, but the rest of the team going to follow up here. A beautiful hook there onto Free Slim, the Unbreakable for the Ornn. The Ignite is on, is going to be enough damage. Fruity Friday does manage to find a heap of damage as he sits down Chris Meister, but it's just not enough. The rest of the team going to get run down. A double kill so far, but a 3 for 4 as Flaming Thunder, the remaining member, he falls down. The bot lane able to get it done, and they secure their 3rd dragon.
Wow, and that is even you saw the Malphite ulti. The Malphite ulti landed onto 2 carries that fight, right? They still weren't able to come out ahead. Here comes Kakari on a TP.
Trying to find some return kills, but he just finds death instead. No, he picks up 1 before falling. A nice shutdown on your mid laner, but a very interesting play. You see 7-2-7 on the Misfortune. So very strong. If you're a 4-6-3 Kassadin, you just don't win that 1v2.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not really a fight that you can afford to give to the MF again. When you go in like that, you're essentially trading 450 gold on yourself for 300 gold onto MF, and in this case, that's not worth. So I don't know. Still at about a 6.5K gold deficit. Your way back into this game obviously is going to be if Kassadin can get back into it and get to level 16, right? So on that part, yeah, the play makes sense. But it just doesn't seem worth to me to trade gold in that way. But we'll see.
Especially when that bullet time is such a huge factor in these fights. More kills means more gold, means more items, means more damage. As Era finds a bit of his damage for himself in his own jungle. Trick trying to find the knockup onto Freeslim. Not going to do it just yet. Kakari, though, going right in, and they want to find the fight. There's the root up. Rifton is down as well, but a bullet time pushes everybody back. Kakari is now dead, and unstoppable is Deathly. Trick manages to stay alive. The ignite was not enough, and Fruity Fighting now in trouble as Freshburger just going 1v2. A beautiful unstoppable force, but Flaming Thunder just doesn't have the damage. A 3 for 0 so far as the remainder of the team is going to get chased down. A clean ace in favor of World Class Orange, and they're looking to siege the mid lane.
Wow, Death Holy is putting out an incredible amount of damage in these fights. I mean, it is to a point where you could have all the tank items in the world, and that bullet time will still shred you apart.
And the problem is they don't have all the tank items in this world. Flaming Thunder, the only member that can really stay up, but then just has no supplementing damage. And you talked about the level 16 Kassadin. Well, your mid lane is completely opened up here, and your Kassadin is level 11, 21 minutes into this game. Now, I don't know if there's necessarily a time in the game where a level 11 is appropriate, but at the end of the day, you're still 5 levels away from this Kassadin maybe making a difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really hard for them to find a way back in. Obviously, every game is winnable. I like to say that all the time. But it is going to be incredibly difficult for Figure8 to pull this out.
And this is something I had spoke about now is Trick. Looking for more blood here. We're at 47 kills on the game. So 2 kills per minute. But these teams, they don't know loss. They haven't many losses under their belt as Freeslim gets knocked up. He does manage to jump away, but Call of the Forge God coming through. Finds the knock up. And they're just going to focus him down. Chris Meister picks that one up. Now the Braum is dead. No ultimate available there to keep himself alive. A 4v5 as they look to maybe clear some vision or start up this Baron.
This is going to be make or break. If Amumu can steal this, they maybe have a shot back in so they can stall and try and get this Kassadin back into it. But if he can't and he dies here, it's probably game.
And now's a good time to fight. Everybody clumped up in this pit. They are going to stall the Baron for now, sitting underneath 2,000 HP.
He got it!
He steals the Baron! He keeps his team alive for now, but he falls. A 1 for 0 overall, but every single member has Baron now for Figure8 Esports, and they show a little bit of life pushing into this mid game. Wow.
Stall for Kassadin, or at least they can try to. That's a huge play by Amumu there.
Yeah, nice pickup. 0-9-5. You wouldn't expect him to be making those kinds of plays, but he does just that. And again, shows signs of life for Figure8 Esports, trying to keep this game in control or get it back in control. As I said, last game too, they're trying to grab the reins and stop the bleeding. Dragon going to be spawning here very soon. The flash now blown from Chris. Won't have that in the next fight as they're trying to chase him down. He's going to be Mountain Drake in just under 20 seconds. And that is Mountain Soul if it does go the way of World Class Orange. It's something that you probably don't want to fight for, but you should, because you do not want all the resistances on this already tanky front line, the shield to mitigate any poke damage that you have. And it looks like Figure8 know they need to fight for this one. Trying to group up 5v5.
Okay, they're gonna try and fight for this Drake because they don't want him to get sold, but they're a little late.
No way in. Now Flaming Thunder forced to use the ultimate to get out, and there's the engage on a Free Slim. He does have the ultimate, but he's just gonna buy some time so his team can run away, but they may not be able to do that. Death Holy now godlike. The flash comes out from Fruity Friday. The follow-up, the stun there, now Aim Trick can't get over the wall just yet. Fruity Friday trying to kite this one out. He's got the root from the Gravitum. But is it going to be enough? Again, just buying time here. A beautiful hook means Vikram finds the 80 carry, and Chris Meister finds the kill. They take the kills, they take the Dragon Soul, and they're just taking everything.
Yeah, this is, again, it's going to be super, super hard for them to come back. Now that they have Mountain Soul, this This Ornn is even more tanky. It's gonna be so hard for them to get back in and for them to win this game. I just can't see it happening at this point.
And 10,000 gold separating these teams in favor of World Class Esports. Kakari gets locked up there. The bullet time comes through. Not enough damage to kill, but enough damage to force the team back to the fountain. Era goes in. Curse of the Sad Mummy finds a stun onto 3, but is there going to be any follow-up? Chris Meister now in trouble, but Kakari in trouble as well. The Ignite is on him. That's going to be the kill. Chris Meister falls as well, but the jungler is dead as Trick wants more. A 1 for 2 so far in favor of World Class Orange. And now they're trying to fight underneath this turret. The minions are pushing the mid lane as well. The team going to be split. Only 3 members remaining to try and defend this base, and it's your 2 tanks and your 80 carry. Death Holy just going to drop some damage down. Free Slim gets hooked up there. Going golden is Misfortune, trying to buy some time. She did not want to catch the unstoppable force to the face, as she will just be pushed away from this one. The minions not enough to push down that mid lane. There's the unstoppable force. So a beautiful flash reaction for Death Holy to stay alive. Call the Forge God coming through, and they may just find the fight underneath the turret. Vikrov's gonna fall to the turret as the aggro's gonna be traded over. Freshburger gonna take that one up nice and fine as they do manage to trade a kill back. So a 1 for 1 in this scrap on the bottom side. Freshburger flashes away, but Death Holy still going in. Kakari manages to find the 80 carry, but not before he finds the turret. 1,000 gold onto your Kassadin may be life back into the game. Now Era trying to run down the rest of the team. 35 days here as well, dropping the flamethrower burst here, the AoE damage. Kakari comes in trying to find Trick. There's the Void Rush trying to find a little bit of damage, but Kakari manages to get away for now. The auto attack's coming through, and that's gonna be Fruity Friday picking that one up, and the team is pushed away, so they lose the fight, but then win it in return. A 1 for 3 overall, and Kakari finding the shutdown.
Yeah, Kakari now level 14. And it's like we said before, their win con is that level 16 Kassadin able to one-shot Death Holy. Okay? If he gets there, they have a shot. Before, I didn't see any shot. Now that they made that tower dive play, I see a shot.
And
There
we
is
got ourselves
life
a
in Figure
game,
8 right now.
Let's go! I've never been more hyped, dude. This Kassadin. Kakari, please, to the promised land. Woo!
The comeback is alive. The comeback is well. Can they pull it off? They need to play this game perfectly from here on out. 8k gold down at 27 minutes. You have a 3-item Kassadin who is now level 14, almost level 15. I mean, you have a shot. You have a shot. It's a matter of getting there.
Unless you jump in like that, he's got to be careful. Just like we're saying, he is the win condition. He does get locked up here. Kakari now going to eat the depth charge as well. The knockup's coming through as he goes over the wall. May find Death Holy here. Does he have the damage to shut him down? Yes, he does. And he goes golden. He stays alive. He eats the ultimate, and he's going to be fine. He manages to get over the wall in return. And now Era, though, taking dangerously low. He's keeping up the CC.
Double kill.
Double kill there for the Kassadin as Era will fall. Kassadin does manage to get away for now. And it's going to be a 4v3, but the health bars are too low to stay and fight. Fruity Friday trying to stay alive. He's got the Severum grabbing him. Trying to heal up. He drops the ultimate, but a beautiful Void Rush keeps Trick alive for now. Chris Meister going to get that kill there as Kakari trying to find the mid laner.
Freshburger.
Got the spell shield, but it's not enough as Freshburger on the back line just doing everything in his power to keep this game in their hands. Freshburger going to run down Flaming Thunder. A 3 for 4, but there may be no answer to the top mid combo here. Again, world-class Orange taking control of this game, but is it enough to end?
But we're going to see if Malphite can hold. He doesn't have the unstoppable force. It looks like they're going to back off, and they're going to try and push for this Baron and look to end through there. Era is up in base, not moving currently. Might be a pause coming? Or is he buying? No, he's buying. All right, we're good, guys. He's here. He's here.
He's got 3
we're going to look at a
half
Baron
items.
play here.
The Catalyst, the Negatron Cloak, and the Bramble Vest, as the Baron does get started up, but unfortunately Fruity Friday, he's headed to the bottom side. I think the only way into this one is if they find another steal. They're waiting on Trick to come through. Zera does get spotted out, takes a bit of damage. We know it's possible, but he's 2 levels down. Can he get it done here? He goes into the pit. He's just going to get blown up.
Oh, he got it!
Steals the Baron again. He pays for it with his life, but he finds another steal before he goes. And Figure8 Esports are not giving up.
Still life in this team. Tanner Metro. There is still life in Figure8 Esports right now. They have to hold the line. Can they hold the line? That is the question. If they can, This Kassadin is so close to level 16. They're so close to scaling into this game. Can they do it? Are they able to hold them off here? It looks like they're backing up.
10 seconds on the Amumu. They're trying to fight on the way out. But world-class Orange, they know that the
comes the Elder
Amumu's gonna be
fight.
up soon. As Elder Dragon has spawned. This right here, I mean, if this goes to Figure8, this could be the game. If they manage to pick up that buff, the Kassadin, if he's not bursty enough, at the very least, maybe he does 80% of your damage, or 80% of your health, rather. Vic Robin, Fresh Burger, just gonna be tanky and nice, unstoppable. Of course, the bolt time comes out, but it's just gonna split the team there. Can they find a way in? Airy on the back line, gonna be stunned up, low HP. They do manage to find one, as Chris Meister trades it back. The jungler is now dead, but the AD carry as well. Does Kakari have the damage and the health? Yes, he does. A double kill for this Kassadin, but now a 3v2 means you lose this fight. Free Slim trying to get away. Kakari not enough as the knockup comes through, and Trick picks that one up. Free Slim forced to run for his life. The super minions pushing the mid lane. They may not even need the dragon to win it all.
Big Crow is like, you're not backing on my watts, buddy.
Exactly. He's trying to run down this Braum. He is buying a little bit of time as they won't have the tank there. 10 seconds on the jungle and the AD carry.
Comedic.
The supportal combat going. Drops this sweeper. The hook comes through. Maybe he gets out as one Nexus turret goes down. Era has joined the fight now with Fruity Friday. This could be
Look at that
the
Aphelios
saving
damage.
grace. The Aphelios just ripping through. Does he get the turret? Yes, he does, but he pays for it with his life. And now the waiting game ensues as Era doesn't find the bandage toss, and they have to get the minions out of the base. Oh no, Era goes too far forward. He's trying to run to the Elder Dragon, but he finds himself 2 members now in a 1v2, forced to flash away. Ooh, Kakari is here though. He teleported in. Era goes down, but the jungler is dead in return as well. But Death Holy gets a huge ultimate there to sit down the Kassadin, and this should be the end. Flaming Thunder trying to find his way back in. Fruity Friday, though's got some damage. Not going to find an ult onto anybody. Death Holy falls down, and now Fruity trying to turn it around for his team. He does get stunned up and pushed away, but Chris Meister's going to get slow. Do they have the stun? No, they do not. But overall, a 3-for-2 in favor of Figure8. And again, they're not giving up. They've got to kill the minions, but they're not done yet.
Game is getting crazier by the second. The more that they can stall, the longer that they can hold on, the more shot they have of winning. This is going to be the Elder Drake going over to world class. Is it going to be enough to end the game? My thoughts right now are yes. But if Kakari can one-shot Death Holy or Krizzmeister, it's going to be very difficult for them to take out these tanks. Let's see what happens. I am excited right now.
And Kakari is 200 gold away from a death cap here. So the damage from the Kassadin, again, just ever scaling, is level 16. It honestly feels right now that he just needs that front line ahead of him. Fruity Friday as well, 4 items completed on the Aphelios. He also has the lifeline passive from the Phantom Dancer. 33 minutes into this game, it feels like that Elder buff may be the only thing really separating the damage from these teams. And this next team fight, I mean, it could be everything.
Yeah, this next team fight is make or break the game. If they can hold out. If Figure8, I know I'm supposed to be an unbiased, bipartisan person, okay? I get it. But if they pull off this comeback, you guys, think about it. If they pull this off, this might be the most miraculous UJL comeback in history.
7,000 gold separating these teams, 9 turrets, and 51 kills to 26 in favor of world-class Orange. Here comes the final push into the base. They're looking for the flank here as Flaming Thunder waiting in the jungle, maybe looking to find. There's the engage from Era. He is going to get stunned up, pushed back. A beautiful ultimate on the back line, the unstoppable force. And now Kakari trying to find the damage. AM Trick manages to find the kills. The jungles are dead, but Death Holy is down, and now Flaming Thunder just being a huge beefcake.
Oh, the Elder!
He does fall, but the Elder Dragon buff is just too much. Kakari goes down. Fruity Friday next on the plate, and Free Slim gonna fall as well. A 5-for-1 in favor of world-class Orange with an open Nexus. They're gonna take game number 2.
A valiant effort put out by Figure8, despite being down, despite being counted out by people like me. They still managed to fight and they still managed to hold out for 35 minutes. I give them props.
And now you're thinking, if you have a stronger jungler pick there, this game goes entirely differently. Cassidy hits his power spike sooner. You know, your bottom lane and your top lane aren't so oppressed, and Trick doesn't just get to do whatever he wants. 13-6 on the Rek'Sai, whereas Era 0-15 just wasn't enough as a front line for his team. But you said it, what a game, and I mean, we put so much pressure onto Kakari, but Fruity Friday did 32,000 damage. He's second for damage in the game, next to his counterpart, the Misfortune. The Aphelios, huge there, just not enough to get it done. So, I mean, I think we chalk it up to draft, but it's amazing to see that there's still life in these teams, even when they come down. I talked about it in the first game. You know, these teams don't know loss. World Class Orange had one loss in regular season, and I think they dropped one game. No, they didn't drop a game throughout the entirety of the postseason. And Figure8 Esports in the same boat. You know, they only have 2 or 3 losses, no series losses. I thought they would just flop. I thought, you know, after losing a pretty handed game in game number 1, they would just give up and roll over. It looked like that, but then you see towards the end of this game, you know, 35 minutes, they're literally putting their all into this game.
Yeah, and that goes for each team. I mean, they have just fought back and forth and back and forth. Obviously the 2-0 lead going over to World Class. But this has been an incredibly hard fought series so far. No game has been below 35 minutes. And that is a teller to how evenly matched these two teams are and how good of a finals this is.
Good of a finals is a complete understatement, as I mean, sure, it's a bloodbath and it's a little crazy, and there's not too much analysis coming from either side because of the bloodbath. But yeah, these guys are really putting it all out there for the finals, and this is exactly why they are the finalist teams. You know, they put on shows like this, they have games like this. You make a couple of tweaks, and maybe your captain, maybe your game, and it could really be anybody's game. That's going to be game number 2, as you said, going over to World Class Orange as they lead the series 2-0. We are going to jump to a quick break, but when we come back, Figure8 Esports, they're going to be working on that reverse sweep.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are to protect your soul.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are jumping right into the picks and bans. The draft here for game number 3, where Figure8 Esports are trying to find their way back into the series as they're down 0-2 and they need a reverse sweep to stay alive. My name is Tanner Metro and I am joined by Mikey. And I mean, I don't even know if I've got enough breath to keep going because these games have been action-packed. Go, go, go.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a little intense. Misfortune has been the prio pick of the series thus far, and once again locked in first. But we see that Kindred banned out first rotation this time around, so well, maybe a little jungle spikes about to happen this game.
Yeah, and I was just about to say that leaves the set available and the Braum into the Misfortune. This is going to be Fruity Friday on the Misfortune. We saw him play Tristana. We saw him play pretty well and do a heap of damage on Aphelios, and now it's going to be exciting to see, you know, how he is able to perform on this priority pick, because as you said, it's been first picked both halves of the draft for either of these teams, as the Thresh going to get locked in for support, and I don't hate that. I think Free Slim's been playing so well, and I'm excited to see him on, you know, a real playmaking support here.
Yeah, for real. Oh, Cassiopeia locked in as well. That is spice. I don't know how I feel about that into Braum, but into Set, it's pretty solid. Able to ground him and not let him use his ultimate in team fights. So it's a little spicy. Sindra locked in on the opposite side. So once again, Kriz on a comfort pick.
Kriz Meister was, between the Syndra and Misfortune, so heavily targeted in that last game, doing so much damage, needed to get him out of the fight. So we will see that again, as this time we don't see the Ornn on either team. It is going to be taken away. It's interesting because Set is pretty good into Ornn. And Ornn is also a huge target for Set to ult. And now that they're focusing like these beefy top laners, I know that Trick has played Set in the jungle, so it makes me think that this may be a flex pick here.
Oh yeah, and Set can be flexed all over the map at this point. You could even put that Syndra bot, even though it has no synergy with Braum, and you could throw Set in the mid lane against Cassiopeia. I mean, it's really like Set can go everywhere. But I foresee that going top lane this game. Maybe just not comfortable into the Ornn matchup. Maybe just wary of the Ornn, per se. You know, it is up to debate, but I could see it being flexed to jungle for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that you ban Ornn away because of everything that he brings to your team, right? Not even just for the laning. He's got his engages, and then he makes the Misfortune 10 times stronger. Is the Varus locked in? I'm liking this composition. There's so much kind of reach out and touch you damage for world class. It's going to keep... We've seen Figure8 play basically off of their back foot the entirety of both of these games, and now this composition is looking to do that again.
Yeah, it's just in your face. It depends on whether this Varus is going to be that poke Varus or that on-hit Varus. I foresee him going poke Varus, so they have a bit of siege on this composition. They have the Maokai locked in on the opposite side into Set. Decent matchup. It's pretty skill-oriented, so we'll see which one of them prevails. But so far, both compositions looking really solid.
Yeah, it's definitely a flip of the script, right? Whereas Figure8, last time we were kind of scratching our heads, is Kayn going to get locked in the jungle? And this is what I was really expecting to see the last couple of games for Era. It wasn't banned away, but it wasn't picked up, and he didn't have the best performances. So now he is going to resort to this Kayn pick. I'm assuming we will see Rost, the red Kayn, who is almost impossible to kill. It feels so bad once he gets that Black Cleaver, that Spear Visage. He's so tanky and heals up so much. As this is the first time we're seeing an Olaf as well, so the jungle matchup a spicy one.
And Olaf able to skirmish with this Kayn in the early game is going to be the real teller of where this game goes next. How many times Olaf runs into Kayn in the early game is going to be the teller of whether this Kayn is able to take over the game or whether this Kayn is taken out of the game. The earlier Kayn gets transformations, obviously the better for their team. I foresee this Kayn sitting on the top side of the map, trying to gank Set repeatedly and trying to get in 2v2 skirmishes to try and get that evolution against the melee champions earlier rather than later. But I think both of these compositions have great scaling. They have great team fight. They have these two juggernaut junglers that are just going to be running at each other. I'm excited for this game. I am very excited for this game. These are both really, really solid compositions. Very clean drafting by both sides. And this is the first time that this has happened all series.
Yeah, and Kayn actually just received a buff. I believe he receives passive orb generation now in the early game up until that 10-minute mark. So just going to help supplement that. And like you said, he wants to find those melee matchups. The Cassiopeia locked in, one of my favorite champions to watch because you can do so much on it. The outplay ability is insane. And it was actually hovered last game, but they picked the Kassadin instead. So I wonder if this is a comfort pick for Kakari, and now that they're down 0-2, they're just trying to jump back towards comfort, or if they've got something else in mind. Because like I said, hovered last game, they chose to shy away. And I mean, are you putting yourself on the back foot here if picking that pickup in game number 3 if you didn't want it in game number 2?
It's interesting that you mentioned that because I'm very the thing that I'm looking at this game, right, is top, right? You're looking at Maokai versus Set, right? If Set like pub stomps Maokai. Set has a really hard time carrying a game that has an MF Thresh Cassiopeia in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where on the flip side, if Maokai stomps Set, right, Maokai can just roll over the rest of this composition. That's really the defining characteristic of this game. So if Kane is able to get Maokai ahead, it's going to be the teller of whether this game goes towards Figure8 or goes towards World Class Orange. I'm excited about this one. These are both really good comps.
Yeah,
I don't know who to give the edge to.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and it was pretty clear in the other compositions where we had either a couple of champions or even just whole compositions we were kind of scratching our heads. Yeah, and this one, it looks like Figure8 went back to the drawing board, and they know what they have to do to try and look for, a reverse sweep. That's their only way back into the series. They're down 0-2, and World Class has been looking so good. And then their early game's been phenomenal. The Rek'Sai, I don't think banned away. No, wasn't banned away, but they pick up the Olaf, who's just as strong in the early game. So I don't want to give too much credit to World Class because I think Figure8 have been beating themselves, losing fights or just even losing at draft with strange picks that probably could work but didn't. So yeah, game number 3 it's a lot of pressure. You're down 0-2. You put yourself on some comfort picks, some power picks, and now this is really where it's time to shine for Figure8.
Yeah, I'm looking at these two drafts, and I've been thinking the whole time, like, who do I give the edge to on paper? And I think I'm going to go with World Class again. My reasoning behind that is because when you look at this 2v2 skirmish in the top lane, which is where Kane is going to be for the majority of this game, or the majority of the early game, I should say, trying to get this transformation, they do not win at any point a 2v2 skirmish versus Set Olaf. The only circumstance in which they would win is if Olaf came in at 25% HP and they bursted him down. I'm being genuine.
Right.
That is the only differentiator of these two compositions that I'm looking at right now. And because of that, I give the edge to World Class. Because you have bot lanes that are both self-sufficient. They both have relatively safe lanes. Obviously, the Thresh can make plays. But you have mid laners that are just going to farm and chill.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to give the edge to who wins that 2v2 in the top lane, right?
Yeah, and it's tough because Olaf has very strong supplementing lanes with the Set CC, the Syndra CC, the Braum CC. And Kane, I mean, they've got the crowd control to supplement his ganks because, he brings none to the table. But like you said, it's kind of losing depending on where he goes. If he spends too much time on the top side where he has most of his CC in lockdown on the Maokai, one counter gank flips the game on its head. So we've really been highlighting these junglers, and it's very, very important that we do so because we've seen really how even given the we'll take away the Malphite Ornn game because that's just a losing lane for the Malphite, but the lanes have been pretty close as a whole. We're not seeing too many solo kills except for that last game where Syndra was just up a kill and finds another solo kill. So it's really heavy on the junglers to push their team ahead. I think whoever wins this early game should be winning that late game, and I think it's going to be Flaming Thunder. We've seen him play that big tanky front line, so my eyes are kind of on him too to keep his AD carry and keep his Cassiopeia safe.
All right, guys, and because we are going into a game 3, I want everybody in chat that has seashells available to them to place your bets on who you think takes this game away. Is it going to be the 2-1 potential reverse sweep for Figure8, or is it going to be a 3-0 clean sweep for World Class Orange? That is the question. I have placed my bet in chat. I want you guys to do the same, and we'll see who pulls out victorious.
It's now or never. Place your bets to make sure those shells don't go to waste. But guys, we're going to jump to a quick break before we load in onto the Rift, where we've got Team World Class Orange and Figure8 Esports duking it out in the grand finals. Can Figure8 Esports find that reverse sweep that they are set out for on a mission, or will World Class Orange stop it all here? Don't leave your seats. We'll see you guys in a sec.
We're all one color, standing in the way.
I need a scarecrow after what you did, 'cause all of the birds know that I'm almost dead. I'm barely breathing, I'm barely awake. You left me in pieces, there's no more to break. Don't wake me up, not in this century. Don't wake me up, 'cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. You're just a memory on my lips, 'cause you're just a ghost inside my head. I need an angel after what you did, 'cause you were the devil, you messed with my head. You lied to my mother, you lied to my friends. You said that you'd be there, but this never ends. Don't wake me up,
A summoner has reconnected.
century. Don't wake me up, 'cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. You're just a memory on my lips, 'cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a Cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, never there. 'Cause you're just a ghost inside my head.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 3 in this best of 5 series underway. My name is Tanner Metro, and I am accompanied by Mikey. And Mikey, after looking at this, I mean, we may see some early skirmish, but the drafts, they've turned around. They're looking a bit better this game for Figure8.
Yeah, and they're looking like an even match, which is the difference that I've had in these first two games, is that there wasn't an even match where you have, an even top, an even mid, an even bot lane. I mean, this game could go either way, and that is really what's exciting to me.
Ooh, all 5 members on this ward. We may see some level 1 blood.
Oh, here we go.
Oh no.
Here comes Thresh.
Fruity Friday, though, on the wrong side of this
Right.
fight. The Facebreaker finds a stun, and that's immediately
Whoa.
first blood onto the set, and that is not where you want to put it, as there was just no answer.
Thresh had Flay. Didn't use it. Just kind of walked in and died. That was interesting. Huh.
Yeah. And if there wasn't, if there was ever a horrible ability to have into a set, it's that one, because you pull him onto you and then he pulls you onto him, or vice versa. So
There's a whole lot of pulling
interesting.
happening for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So that does put this bottom lane for Figure8 behind. They do have the misfortune pick as Freaky Friday just takes a bit of poke damage walking up. And I mean, across the board, I'm just kind of taking a look at the summoner spells. We see the Conqueror on Cassiopeia can be flexed, you know, into that phase rush, but looking for that extra bit of damage and healing here.
Yeah, pretty standard summoner spells coming out for both teams. Nothing out of the ordinary. Here comes Era.
Yeah, looking for some early orbs here. Does find a couple auto attacks down. The flash still available, but not going to be needed, as Freshburger does just walk away from that one. But a quick red-blue gank means they're not going to find Olaf on the top side. He's doing a full clear there, and some early orbs towards Rost for Era. And a nice start. Set's going to have the regeneration, but you get some early orbs.
Yeah, and that's really the teller. Like I said, the earlier the transformation, the better, because as soon as he transforms, the skirmish gets a lot better for them, right? Kayn is able to sustain through the Olaf W. He's able to knock up the set and CC him a little bit. I mean, it's a way better situation for them in that 2v2. So the earlier he can get to that, the better. And that's why I said he's going to be top side for the majority of this game. The only reason he should be bot side is to take Raptors and to take Krugs. And he's not looking to gank that lane ever.
Yeah, no real reason for it, except for maybe some orbs from Braum, as he does want to get Rost to be that tanky Kayn. He's going to pick up the Scuttle Crab as Olaf makes his way up. Trick trying to get it done. Drops the axe, finds the slow. The flash immediately coming out as Flaming Thunder stays safe for now, but now a flashless tree on the top side is not a very safe one.
Yeah, you never want to be a flashless tree in life. Ooh,
Couldn't
Era's
agree
hovering
more.
mid right now.
Yeah, so
He go.
it's all about who he hits last, and now he's got, okay, yeah, he's not going to go in. Chris playing pretty safe, but all about who he hits last when he's about to get that transformation. If he gets the melee orbs or the ranged orbs, and that'll choose his form. He could also just rush down any of the forms and wait. Obviously, that's not the most preferable, but he could look to build up some, as he's actually getting counter jungled, and he doesn't even know it.
He doesn't even know it. That is the problem. They have a complete lack of vision here, but AM Trick may be caught out. Maybe
Yeah, underkill
able to
coming
find
through.
a kill, though.
Ooh,
Akari
drops
flash,
it.
he flashes back in. Ooh!
Kill comes through, Trick picks that one up, and now Era in a bad spot, forced to flash over. May not have the Shadow Step available, but the Reaping Slash keeps him safe. But Maokai is here, Flaming Thunder. The whole team was here. Oh my goodness. Free Slim trying to keep that Thresh at bay. Fruity Friday makes his way up, and Era secures the kill. And now Chris
TP comes in.
trying to run away from this one. The TP here. Do they have enough damage to find it again? Kakari trying to get some kills for himself, but Chris able to just walk away. Out of mana is the Syndra, but up 2-1 is Team World Class Orange, and it might not be over yet. Okay, yes it is. The
Look-
jump away from Braum means
Solo
no hook.
XP. All this solo XP and all this gold going to Deathly in the bot lane uncontested, because they went for a rotation top lane and didn't even get a kill out of it. Thresh with no assist. MF only has the assist from MF got the assist, but Thresh no assist. And MF now down 14 CS in that bot lane and down XP. So maybe not a worthwhile roam for them.
Definitely not worthwhile, as we're seeing 1,200 gold in favor of World Class Orange. And the Cassiopeia, she teleported into that fight, doesn't get anything for it. then blows all of her mana and is immediately forced back to the base, whereas Chris he's sitting in a pretty good spot. He's okay, half mana, 75% HP. He's gonna push that wave in and help his jungler on the dragon. So world-class Orange, I mean, they're showing us world-class teamwork and macro play as a whole, as Flaming Thunder trying to keep this freeze up here. Doesn't want to lose anything to the turret.
They've been the best team in this split.
Oh, the haymaker.
Wow.
Close one.
This set is so oppressive in lane. There's really not a lot Maokai can do to respond. He might be dead here. No flash.
Yeah, no flash available. Does find the root, and the Bramble Smash will keep the set at bay. But has to be careful. Had the haymaker been available, the true damage may have been enough. But Flaming Thunder knew. Long cooldown since the nerfs. So he's nice and safe. But again, maybe staying too long. He's still in this lane. Doesn't want to lose out on too much, but I don't know if he's going to be able to heal up to try and make this worth.
Is he looking for Scuttle?
Maybe the Juicy Fruits? Yes, I think he went for the fruit plant there as Kakari eats the ultimate. And Chris dodges the one in response. And 3 members make their way to the mid lane, and they just find nothing.
Yeah, once again, rotations from Thresh with no payoff. Obviously, this one a little bit better for them because MF wasn't a part of the rotation and wasn't missing XP. Here we go.
Yeah, hook comes through. There's a shield, though. Vikrov gonna keep his AD carry safe for now. Free Slim. 3 stacks of the concussive blows. Not gonna find another one, so no stun available.
Ooh,
but level 6 Varus goes in, and Deathly trying to get it done here. He's got the Vamp Scepter. Isn't gonna be enough damage. A beautiful piercing arrow finds a bit of damage, finds the stun. Can Vikrov find the kill? The heals come through, and everybody's still alive. But the ignite is on, and Free Slim will go down now. 3-1 is the lead for world-class Orange, and I mean that is just a slap in the face.
The dubstep ignite, as we like to call it. Just walk up, ignite, walk away. It's the best, most rewarding way to kill somebody outside of a blitzcrank punch.
Right, and there's no answers. Now they're looking for the dive.
Woo!
Vikrov gonna tank that turret up nice and easy, and Deathly gonna have the damage to put Misfortune 6 feet under and grow that lead now 1-0-2 on this Varus.
Yeah, Varus now almost 1,000 gold up at 8.5 minutes. That is a huge deficit for them to overcome. Varus is enjoying the chaos. Varus thrives in chaos. And Varus thrives when you give him solo XP, when you give him more XP than the enemy, and when he gets level 6 first, he's able to make plays like they just made.
Trick just gave red buff to his top laner. That's teamwork if I've ever seen it. But now he should be able to run down Flaming Thunder much better. The Haymaker comes out, not going to find too much damage. Flash still available for Flaming Thunder, so he's still safe underneath this turret. But what a very generous Olaf.
Yeah, you don't really see that too much from...
Oh, the showstopper comes through, and Freshburger making him pay for the disrespect. And now Era up here. No ultimate available for Freshburger. There's the ultimate coming out. Umbral Trespass onto the set. A little bit of damage come through. Kakari is up here as well. Twin Fang should shut this one down. The Haymaker doesn't land, but the Twin Fangs will. Kakari finds one in return, but now the bottom side of the map, Free Slim trying to stay busy with the hooks, but maybe picks a wrong fight here. Gets stunned up. Definitely just gonna poke him down. The damage comes through. The shield is there, but one more auto gets it done. Definitely. Now 2-0-2 as Trick makes his way down. Dragon not spawned just yet, but they may want some plates or some Misfortune gold here. Looks like just plates for the bottom lane.
And this game looking a lot like the first game, or looking a lot like the second game, I should say. With this early game lead going over to world class, only this time it's their bot lane that's super far ahead.
Oh, the flash forward underneath the turret, but a beautiful scatter the weak there from Chris keeps him alive. So flash for flash and just a bit of damage traded. Whereas on the bottom side, some plates to go through, and Flaming Thunder's made his way down. Era does manage to secure the Rift Herald. It's just so scrappy all the way across the board. And now Flaming Thunder kind of in a weird spot unless he's going to stay for the dragon. He doesn't have teleport. Ooh, the hook comes through. Deathly might be shut down here. The Braum comes through to save and keeps him alive for now. The Ignite is ticking down, and they're just going to disengage from the fight. A beautiful play by Vikrov. Keep his AD carry safe. Summoner spells were dead, but Death Holy's still up.
Vikrov playing out of his mind on this Braum right now. And you don't usually say things like that. You know, Braum is one of those, oh, here we go, more action.
Yeah, the flash for flash. Not going to find the stun, but will find the slow. Free Slim now going to get caught up, stunned up, and dead. Trick picks that one up. Now, Fruity Friday has no response. Has 7-2 the lead in favor of World Class Orange. And it kills and 4,000 gold in their pocket.
Yeah, and that's an 0-4 Thresh here at 11 minutes. Maybe he needs to slow the game down, try and get himself back into it, because right now it's looking like he is getting rolled by Vikrov.
Yeah, just like you said, slow it down. They're playing a little too fast, taking fights they can't seem to win just yet. As the Infernal Drake will go over to World Class. Top lane damage in favor of World Class L, but this top lane has just been, I want to say, a stalemate, because, you know, we saw that one oopsie from Flaming Thunder staying a bit too long and getting RKO'd off the top ropes. Almost 40 CS separating these guys. So Freshburger really getting the better half of this lane.
Yeah, Freshburger really showing up on this carry. And this is something that we've seen from Freshburger before, where he's like, okay, well, you want to pick Ornn, I want to pick Ornn. You want to pick tanks, I want to pick carries. This is like the opposite of what we've seen in the previous two games, where he was on just basically an immobile tank, and he's showing up big time.
That he is 2-1-0, working towards that Infinity Edge. A nice face breaker, gonna pull back in that Maokai, but Kakari on the roam. Nature's Grass, Haymaker finds a shield, finds a bit of damage, but he should find himself 6 feet under the regeneration, not enough. Kakari finds another one now, 2-1-0 on the Cassiopeia, but again, for herself there, down 40 CS just about.
Yeah, and down XP once again. This is the second game in a row.
The Umbral Trespass keeps Era alive for a bit longer, but it's gonna be enough. Yes, it is. Underneath the turret, the jungler stays safe as 2 members still push the top side. Trick up there keeping that turret nice and safe. No plates going over, as I see plates falling down soon. Still a Rift Herald in Era's pocket. We'll have to see if he's able to get anything out of that. Fruity Friday, though, gets locked up. Chance of Corruptions. Glacial Fish are going to stop the bullet time, and they find the kill. Death Only now on a killing spree. A beautiful play again by Vikrov, stopping the Misfortune ultimate. Oh, Death Only, though, you got to get out of there, buddy. The heal is just enough. Vikrov going to take the aggro. He tries to get away, but the shutdown to your support, and you like the shutdown, you just don't want it there.
You don't want it on your 0-4 Thresh. That is not ideal. That's a gold reset. He was worth 170 the last time they killed him. Now he's going to be once again worth 300 gold. So the gold reset, not ideal, as well as, you know, obviously you don't want all that gold on your support. But, you know, to get the shutdown is to get the shutdown, right? So
absolutely is. Era finds himself in a bad spot. The showstopper. What goes up must come down, and Era will fall. And now Flaming Thunder has no response. And on the back end of this, the Rift Herald not going to be used.
This set is insane. This absolutely, totally balanced champion, I might add.
Yeah.
200 years of experience.
Exactly. Set balance.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no. Are you going to eat the ultimate, eat the ignite, and Trick sits him down, and you're not even safe underneath your turret. Now 5,000 gold separating these teams. First brick still available, so the gold lead can be pushed either way. As Kriz and Vikrov looking to take this mid lane turret. Free Slim is here, but it may not be enough to keep it alive for now. Freshburger trying to find the solo kill on the top side. Haymaker comes through, finds a bit of damage, but not enough to keep Flaming Thunder out of this lane for now. And right now, just so oppressive is World Class Orange. They're just in the jungle. They're roaming through, diving tier 1s. They find their first tier 1 and now push that gold lead to 6,000 gold rather.
Gold, almost 16 minutes is nothing to scoff at. 6,000 gold at any stage of the game is nothing to scoff at, but let alone this early. You're down 2 dragons, you're down 2 towers, you're down CS in every single lane. This is just not looking good for a game 3 for the reverse sweep for F8 right now.
if there is one thing we've learned, you can't count him out just yet. His Trick's gonna get stunned up, locked up, and shut down. The kill going over to Kakari. They're trying to show that they still have life and want to fight it out. We're only 16 minutes into this game. We cannot count Figure8 out just yet, as we saw them put up one heck of a fight in that last game. Now, Dragon spawning soon. Trick will be alive before the Dragon spawns, but could lose this Vision War, or maybe the fight previous to it is Slim forced to flash away before anything kicks off. And there's just no way into the fight for Figure8.
Yeah, it's gonna be really hard for them to do anything right now. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, Nature's Grass. There's the showstopper, though. Fruity Friday is here. They're trying to find the shutdown now onto this top laner. Does manage to stay alive for a bit longer as Arrow will chase him down. It is that Rost Kane. Does he have the damage? Umbral Trespass going through. He should have the knock up on the Blade's Reach as well. A nice face breaker finds the stun. One more Reaping Slash should do it. The flash forward. Freshburger staying alive, but finally falls down. And with your jungler on the top side, you lose the objective on the bottom side.
Yep, you're gonna lose the Dragon. They're gonna get the Rift Herald in response and maybe open up this top side of the map. But you know, all in all, not a terribly bad play for anybody here. I mean, it's a trade, right? It's a drag for Rift Herald. It's a tower for an objective. I mean, if they can drop this Rift Herald in a reasonable spot and get a good push out of it. Oh, here we go, more action.
Ooh, Kakari now in a 1v2, trying to find the damage onto Deathly. This was the tail of the tape last game, but it's not the tail of the tape this game, as Deathly sits him down. And on this Varus, Boar 1 and 2 popping off, and Vikov on the Braum, keeping him up and allowing him to do just that. Might find a 3v2 fight. Yeah, the Vikrob gonna get knocked up. No turret aggro though, means everybody gets out safe. 4 members on the bottom side. Not gonna find the hook. Free Slim just a little bit short on that one. And now with things going to that lull state that we have seen before, no real objectives to be fighting over. World Class Orange, they're on soul point, and this is a very big soul. Again, it makes your tanks even tankier, and then we're gonna see what maybe a 27-minute Elder Dragon, and that's exactly what they needed to end game 2. So Figure8 Esports, they got to figure it out.
Kakari.
He's got the Miasma down, does have the movement speed there from the Noxious Blast. The ultimate comes through, gonna find the stun, but the Haymaker finds a bit of damage. Not gonna find true damage though, as Kakari able to kite that one out, and now Era trying to find his way into the fight to help his mid laner. Shadow Step not available just yet. The Reaping Slash, oh, there's a knockup from the Blade's Reach. He smites him down. He does have the Trespass as well. He goes into the set. He will have to come out soon. The Haymaker back off cooldown means Freshburger stays alive for now. A nice shield and a beautiful ultimate there from the Maokai, keeping him alive. But now Era in a bad spot as Trick has made his way to the top lane. Does not have the Shadow Step to stay alive. The Reaping Slash into the wall means Trick picks up a kill in the mid lane. Now being pressured down as Fruity Friday gonna try and help keep this turret alive.
Chasing the Thresh.
Yeah, free slam. There's just no way out. Trick flashes over the wall, hits the undertow, the face breaker rather. Just buying time is Free Slim, trying to buy for his team, but his team not in range. As Vikrob makes his way up, not gonna find the assist, but another kill for Trick. And I mean, this has kind of been our highlighted matchup. It's these two junglers, and unfortunately for Era, Trick has he really showed up today.
Trick has been more or less the MVP of this series. He has game after game come out and showed why this team has been so good and why this team is able to play both top and bot side. I mean, it is the flexibility. Here we go.
Yeah, Flaming Thunder gets locked down, and he's just not tanky enough. He tried to buy some time for his team to get there, but he gets melted, and now a 20-minute Baron may be coming through as they do back off World Class Orange. No, this is not a fight they want to take with Baron as the 5th man for Figure8 Esports. So they just back off and opt to take some of the jungle and pressure this top lane. Rift Herald going to be used, but right now it's just the first turret going down in favor of Figure8 Esports.
Going to be their first tower taken in exchange for a 4th tower on the opposite side. Obviously, you want a little bit of gold distributed, but they're going to go for 2 with this Rift Herald. Syndra and Olaf both backed. Looks like they're not going to push for another tower here. And that is going to be that. We'll see if they try to catch Era out here.
Yeah, the Graggy Ice Axe comes through, does have the Blast Cone to get to safety, but again, runs right into Chris here, still in the 2v1, and if he doesn't get out now, he's going to find the rest of the team. Era, oh, the Reaping Slash, not going to find his way through the wall. He does manage to hit the Blade Reach, but he finds himself a Braum. The Glacial Fissure picks up the kill, and Vikrov finally trying to get something back for all of his hard work here.
Vikrov needed that kill. He earned that kill. That was his kill. I don't want to hear anybody say otherwise.
Exactly. We've seen Era go for the steals, but he is dead as the ultimates come through Nature's Grasp. A beautiful bullet time going to kill Chris immediately, and the Baron is still attacking everybody. A nice double kill and a 1-for-4 with Freshburger, the only member still alive, but they don't want the set. They want the Baron, and it doesn't matter if you don't have your jungler. We'll just kill your team. Free Slim manages to land a hook. Fresh might look for the steal with the Haymaker going over the wall. Does not have the range. The Baron is secured, and Set may fall down. Flaming Thunder trying to secure the kill. Maybe offset the cooldown timer here on this respawn, but the regeneration is just too much. But just when you thought Figure8 were out of this game, they make a huge fight and find their way back in.
And that is the story of this series so far. We think Figure8 is down for the count. We think that Kakari is not going to be able to scale into the game. And then what happens? World Class does an objective, dies, and then they steal it. This has happened each and every game. Can World Class close this game out with a 4K gold lead, or is it going to be another game where it comes down to one fight, one chance for these teams to go at it? And I mean, it can't come down to that, right? It has to be, they have to be able to close out this game. Otherwise, if this Cassiopeia and this, oh, he stole the red.
Oh no, Vikrov, you beast. Oh my goodness.
If Cassiopeia and Kane are able to scale into this game, you're going to have yourselves a problem. And that is their win condition, right? Because if this Cassiopeia gets to any point where she's at 6 items, you have really no tools of killing her.
Yeah, and same goes for Kane. He may not be the most damage in the game, but he's going to be such a nuisance using that Blade's Reach, his W, just finding knockup after knockup into fights. You try to kill him, he uses his ultimate, comes back out, you know, gets a huge chunk of HP. So that mid-jungle duo synergy in the late game is going to be huge, as he should be able to peel for Kakari. And they get the Baron off another steal, essentially. They delay the Dragon Soul and the Elder Drake, which the Elder Drake was the buff that World Class needed to win the game last game. So now that that's delayed, Figure8 might be able to find a way in as Kakari. He's just going to run right at Freshburger, finds a slow but not the stun. The ultimate coming out in return as the Showstopper finds a bit of damage. Can Kakari trade it back? The Facebreaker comes through, not going to find the stun. Is it going to be damage? Yes, it is. Kakari now on a killing spree, as the rest of the team pushing down the mid lane. Should be a 4v4 here, but the Baron up minions pushing in favor of Figure8 Esports.
And we see Kakari. Kakari is very, very much in this game right now. If they can play around him effectively, they have a shot of winning this game. They have a shot at being 2-1 and getting this reverse sweep. And that is the hype train that we are on right now.
6-3-1 on that Cassiopeia. No shutdowns on the opposing team, but the lockdown onto Flaming Thunder, and he's just not tanking up. A bullet time comes through, but Big Rob is there to stop the damage. Flaming Thunder does manage to heal up, and on the back line goes Era. Is he going to be able to make it out alive? He does heal up for now. He will fall to Trick, and now the rest of the team forced to flash away, actually, as Figure8 Esports, they lose a member, but that fight could have gone worse.
I mean, could have gone worse. That's kind of the story of this game so far. It could be worse. You only have 4.5K gold now between these two teams, where at one stage of this game it was 8K. So you're really coming back. Things could be going worse for you. But you want to keep your mental. You want to play around this Fed Cassiopeia, and you want to get yourselves back into a point where you can team fight against this composition that World Class has put together.
You're not out of the thick of it yet, right? If you're Figure8 Esports, you're not winning right now. You've had some things go your way, so they need to continue to play like they have, off that back foot, trying to find picks, not going too hard for, you know, fights that they may lose, and they need to play around that Cassiopeia. That Cassiopeia should be able to shred through everybody. There's like very minimal magic resistance on the enemy team, so Kakari, I mean, it's just a field day for him in these team fights. Got a couple of no magic mantles, some merc treads, but not enough to stop all of the damage. The one thing that you do have is the Olaf that can just run down your mid laner using that Ragnarok ultimate as the top laners go toe-to-toe on the bottom side. Freshburger gonna get the better half of that trade so far, and they may look for a collapse here. Flaming Thunder goes back in. Flash almost available for the set. Drops down the sapling, but in a 3v1, a 4v1, what can Freshburger do? They may just get this kill over as Era picks that one up. And now in the mid lane, a solo kill for Kakari. He may trade his life for it. He's trying to cut away. He's got the Conquer, but he doesn't have the health now. Shutdown going over to Vikrov, but a 1-for-1, or a 1-for-2 rather, across the map. And now Figure8 looking like they may be getting into the driver's seat. The dragon going to be spawning soon, and a free dragon here, again, stops the soul, delays the elder.
Well, Trick is alive, so I wouldn't say that this dragon is completely free. If Trick goes for the steal and they can get the soul here, it will probably be really, really good for them. But we'll see if they look to contest this or not. There's the Varus ulti. Flash out by Free Slim. So we'll see if they actually try to contest this. It looks like they're going to.
And Deathly's been huge with the Chains of Corruption. May not have enough time to get in. That is going to be secured by Figure8 as Trick just had no way in. The teleport's coming through, though. They're trying to look for the fight on the backside. Freshburger goes deep onto Fruity Friday. Charismizer makes his way into the fight, too, but he's in a 1v3. He's just going to get run down by the Misfortune as Free Slim picks that one up with the Ignite. And the teleport from Kakari now making his way into the fight. Doesn't find the stun, only a slow. The hook not going to land either as both teams trying to still fight it out. World Clash trying to kite away. They have the Braum Shield to stop the bullet time for now. Trick does still have the GA available as well, but you're down your mid laner. It would be a 5v4.
Yeah, this is looking like a spicy game right now. We're 28 minutes in. They're still 4K gold down, but they are not playing like they're 4K gold down, are they?
No, that is, yeah, they are playing like they've been winning this entire game, and I mean, they're getting picks like they're winning as well. You wouldn't expect this from a team like this when it looks like they're going to fight, but then Chris teleports and puts himself in a 1v3.
Yeah, and it's weird because Chris has been playing these games so safe and playing these games so well. I think he's got maybe 2 deaths across both games so far. And for him to make a play like that is very strange to me.
Very strange indeed. And now 0-3-6 on the Syndra. Up in CS, but down quite a bit in gold. Looks like 1,700 gold separating these mid laners. And I mean, you can see it here in the items. The Cassiopeia, a full item up. Doesn't need the boots, which is nice. It's basically a free 1,100 gold that Kakari is not having to spend. But now with Baron on the board, it's no longer a 20-minute Baron trying to be taken. It is a 30-minute Baron where these teams will have the ability to melt this down. You know, you've got the Varus, you've got the Set that are just going to bang it down. And then on the inverse, you have the Cassiopeia and Misfortune. As the turret's falling in favor of Figure8, so they're trying to tie it up there and close this gold gap. Another thing they've got going in their favor are the dragons. They can still get 2 more mountain dragons, which is going to be, you know, more resistances.
Oh, Braum!
Braum gets caught out by the knockup, by the hook. Vikrov trying to get away here. He's been very elusive thus far in this game. Chris is here. The stun comes out. He manages to get away. Half HP, though, on the support. And it looks like Figure8
Burger's bot with no TP.
The Baron here. And yeah, Freshburger bottom. No teleport. And this is getting absolutely shredded. Olaf is here. He does have the flash available. He can try and find a way. Trick can look for the steal. He's got the GA as well, unless they want to take the fight. Nature's Grasp comes out. They try and find the lockdown on the Kakari. Freshburger is there as well. Is it Cassiopeia? He gets stunned up. There's Chris Meister as well. The ultimate comes through, and Freshburger finds the kill. And that's a lot of damage down. The Baron's gonna be stopped, but a beautiful hook from Freeslim, and they're trying to find the turn on it. On the outside, though, is Carry definitely going huge, and Freshburger just beating everybody down. Flaming Thunder, the only remaining member, but he will fall. A double kill for Trick, and now the Baron going their way. A 1-for-5 ace, and just like that, World-Class Orange back online.
And that is how you turn a game around. That's how you turn momentum back into your favor after you've lost so many fights in a row. You come out, you get yourself a pick on the Cassiopeia. This Braum has been so good this game. So good. Literally the only reason the Cassiopeia died is because Braum was able to land the ultimate, land a Q, and survive the whole time. I mean, that was so well played by the support, by Vikrov. He's playing out of his mind. Huge props over to him so far. But looking at this game right now we have a Baron power play, right? We have an 8K gold deficit right now. It was just, I would say, 2 minutes ago. It was just a 4K deficit. So it's gone up 2K since then. And that's the way these games have been. It's been kind of a yo-yo effect. More than 1 kill per minute. It's just been back and forth, just brawling with each other until one team comes out on top. Looks like they're going for a bush cheese here.
Yeah, the Dragon spawning in 30 seconds. They know that they're going to be looking for some vision, but Era able to spot it out with his Shadow Step. The hook onto Vicroy, and Freshburger taking a bit of damage. Kakari on the backside, but a flash forward. The Glacial Fissure going to find the knockup, but just going to force the disengage there from Figure8. Dragon spawning in 15 seconds. This is the Soul. If World-Class Orange are able to pick it up, it will be Dragon number 3 if it goes over to Figure8. But you do not want to sacrifice the Soul. Teleport comes through, allows Freshburger to get back into this fight as he comes from the base. And now Dragon gonna act as the 6th member for Figure8 as Trick is taking quite a bit of damage. Freshburger trying to find a way into the fight. Era not wanting to let this one go. On the backside, he jumps in, does not secure. That's gonna be the Soul going over, but a beautiful bullet time onto 4 members. Finds a heap of damage. And now Flaming Thunder on the back line trying to split the team up. Trick goes down. That's gonna be the GAUs, and they do manage to find the kill.
Freshburger
finds a kill on the backside, and Freshmeister takes the jungler back to his team and sits him down. A 1-for-2 thus far as Kakari forced to run away with the rest of his team. Cassiopeia not able to find the damage to win the fight. So the Soul and the fight go the way of World-Class Orange.
And that is exactly how you want to draw it up, right? You get them to engage on you, you counter their engage with an engage of your own, and you get Soul in the middle of your fight, get that giant shield, and just turn the fight right back at them. Perfectly played.
World-Class Orange, again, showing us just why they have that name. Playing these fights now perfectly. They've got the Soul. In a couple of minutes, we'll see the Elder Dragon, but we'll have to see if they needed that this game to get it done. Figure8 Esports not out completely. You have such an awkward fight there where you're not able to fight front to back. You're not able to use your cane to peel for the rest of your team. And Flaming Thunder, he goes a little too deep and dies before the rest of the team can really follow him. You know, you can't follow the Maokai when he's going all the way to the back line. So Figure8 not out just yet. And I think World-Class Orange, they need to realize that as well. This game is not secured just because they've gotten the Soul. They've seen how much fight Figure8 have left in them. And in game number 3, it's going to be, 10 times that.
Yeah, I mean, just think about the pressure that these guys are under, right? They're playing it for their orgs.
Oh, Kakari gets caught out here. May get stunned up. Can't be disabled. Is Trick, and he's just going to attack him down. Kakari falls yet again. Now 10-4-7 on the Olaf is Trick, and Trick has just been, the entire map is yours, big dog.
Yeah, Trick has really showed up this whole series. First game didn't get a single kill on that Kindred, but still was able to apply pressure all over the map, which is what he's been doing game in and game out. Trick showing up on this Olaf, absolutely destroying the enemy team. 2 levels up now.
Here comes the fight, though, underneath the turret. Bullet time and the Nature's Grass on top of it all. Free Slim, though, just going to get melted underneath this turret. Chris Meister going to pick that one up, but the health bars are getting fairly low. Freshburger in the front line, trying to do what he can for his team, trying to separate the Figure 8 squad.
my
He
God.
does get the pull back onto Era. A beautiful haymaker, but it doesn't land as the Umbral Trespass will keep Era alive for now. The Unleashed Power picks up the kill, and Chris finally on the board here. 3-3-3 on this Syndra, but 3 members dead. Is it going to be too much? Kakari coming out of the base. There's the showstopper finally used as Kakari manages to pick up one. Can he find another? That's going to be the top laner dead, and now it's up to the Cassiopeia to keep this base alive. Level 18, but does he have the damage? Freshburger gonna pull him back in. There's the damage.
Man.
The golden is Kakari trying to stay alive, but the ace comes through, and that is going to be the game. World Class Orange, your UJL champions.
Congratulations, World Class, to your organization for having a championship team, having a team make a run like this, only drop one game the entire series, sweep the entire play.
JL champions in I was gonna say 3 quick games, but we had a 36, a 37, and a 35-minute game. It took a little bit to get there, but once they found their footing in these team fights, in the back half of these games, World Class, they really logged in. And I mean, it comes down to playing certain things perfectly because you've got huge threats. And once you get the kill onto Kakari, it's all downhill for Figure 8. So
Yep.
congratulations, to World Class Orange. Vikrov played out of his mind that game. Incredible play from the Braum, finding so many picks onto Kakari. That was, phenomenal play just by the Braum himself there. That was so fun to watch.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
If you were to identify one player as the MVP of this series, who are you picking?
I think the diversity throughout the series from Trick was just bar none. He played the Kindred, like you said, didn't get a kill on the Kindred, but played that utility role. And Kindred still does damage as you're building and getting marks. We thought he was going to have no marks, and then almost immediately he had 6, jumping up to 7. And then he
Right.
played the Rek'Sai, and he completely outclassed Era on that Rek'Sai Amumu matchup. And then he comes out again, plays the Olaf, which it's not the point and click knock up Rek'Sai. It's the I have to hit every single undertow. I gotta hit these flashes. I gotta make sure that when I'm Ragnarocking, I'm not just getting melted. He goes 10, 5, and 10 in this game. Throughout the series, I would give it to Trick.
Well, I am going to be devil's advocate here,
Okay.
and my MVP is going to be Freshburger. Freshburger, game 1, pulls out the gangplank, right?
Phenomenal game.
And he's able to scale into the game, and literally, we talked about it. He was pumping out and there was really nothing they could do about it. And then the second game, he pulls out Ornn, again, performs admirably. And then the third game, face rolls with Set. I gotta give it to Freshburger. Freshburger is my MVP of this series.
With having my memory refreshed, I do not disagree. I completely forgot about the incredibly masterful Gangplank game where he just absolutely popped off. So I agree. Yeah, I would hand that over to Freshburger for not only supplementing his team but then having such huge carry performances.
Yeah, Freshburger, our MVP of the UJL finals. Freshburger, the sub top laner, our MVP.
You love to hear it. You love to hear it. And just like that, in 3 games, Team World Class, your UJL champions, closing it out. Hopefully you guys used all your shells like we said, because just like that, in 3 games, it's all over for us here. Huge ups to Figure 8 Esports for having not only an amazing run throughout the season, but making it this far to the finals. So, like I said, big ups to those guys as well for, hey, number two ain't that bad.
Ain't that bad. Ain't
That
that
is going to do it for us here today, though. We had an absolutely a banger of a series where World Class Orange take it. I want to give a huge shout out to all of our sponsors here, Sector 6, Kono, and Midwest Esports, Battle 5 for putting this on for us. And Mikey, before we close things out, do you have any closing remarks?
I just want to say thank you to everybody for watching throughout this UJL season and for tuning in to our Upsurge cast. You guys are everything to us. Those of you that show up to each and every stream, we thank you. Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I hope you enjoyed our cast, and we hope to see you for the next season.
Hope to see you for the next season, whether that be playing, casting, or spectating. That is going to do it for us here today. Again, my name is Tanner Metro, my color caster, Mikey, and Venny Love, the producer behind the scenes, making this show run smoothly. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys soon.
Let's wait just one more day. I know I'm running away from moments. What am I becoming? I guess something's broken.